KHFan is back. We are doing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix HD on the PS4 Beginner All Worlds.
That's a
so
mouthful.
we will be doing All Worlds. KHFan will be singing.
I will be singing.
So let's get this started. I'll give a countdown for our restreamer to start the timer, and we'll get started. So
okay,
on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So this game has very fast loading times, and this is kind of just a tutorial, just how to do stuff.
So yeah, just like since we're in the Roxas world, there's some quick background around the PS4 version. It came out in March or something, March or April or whatever back then, and we weren't sure what the loads were gonna be like for Kingdom Hearts 2 because they didn't give us really a lot of footage of it. Turns out the game's like 30 to 35 minutes faster than the PS2 version because everything loads instantly. Like Roxas World on the PS2 version was around 21 minutes. On the PS3 it was like what, 28, 29 minutes. And on PS4, it's like 17 minutes for beginner. So that's just to give some background to this. Right here, we are actually RNG manipulating Cypher by hitting him this way and not letting him attack. We are manipulating like the next 3 Dusk fights we have.
Yeah, and this Dusk right here, basically, I'm just gonna be doing 10 hits on him. But none of them actually hit him. I just had to do them to advance. And I want to do them in a certain way without clanking on him. And I clanked one at a time, so I don't think that messes up the RNG, but it's just slightly slower.
Oh, you skipped the first clank. Oh. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I have weird issues with that second clank all of a sudden.
You skipped the first clank, but you
yeah, I got the really hard one, and then I got the easy one. Yeah, pretty much.
See, at this point in the game, we know exactly how many hits to kill a Dusk, even though we don't have scan on. We know it takes exactly 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on beginner. Crit, it takes 1 more hit. But yeah, so we'll be counting our hits for most of this early game part.
This is mail delivery, just kind of doing it to get some money, because you have to do something to get money, and this is the fastest. Let's see if I can get sub 7 here. I did. It's pretty fast. This is
record pace.
Yes, yes.
Oh no, you clanked actually.
Oh yeah, I already ruined it. And then we're also picking up the skateboard, just because it's a lot faster than walking. This is the only world where there's skateboards for a while.
Yeah, until second visits, really.
Yeah.
And even then, only a few of them have it.
Okay, this is another one of the Dusks where I kind of just had to hit him. Alright, and his RNG was messed up, but...
So yeah, ideally we would get, he would jump side to side for us. But...
He had 1 hit left, that sucks.
Yeah, this is the worst RNG you can really get on this fight here, because he keeps going below your hits and all that stuff. If he gives you upside down walk or sideways jump, or he jumps over you, all 3 of those are not too bad. If he slides behind you, it's pretty bad. We pick Sword here, just because it gives us the best ability layout for beginner. We get things like experience boost really early. That actually isn't utilized by some runners nowadays, but KHFan will be experience boosting on Hades Escape. It also gives us, what does it give? It gives us reaction boost when we need it. It gives us draw when we need it. It just lays out really well for the speedrun. Do you switch the camera?
I do, but not until after this fight.
Painter? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, on the PS4 version, they switched the camera because I guess people complained that the original versions had an inverted camera. So all the runners like, but now it's inverted. Some people like it, some people don't. So you'll see runners switch it either at the first menu there or after Twilight Thorn.
Yeah, I don't like to open the menu before Twilight Thorn because it's kind of pointless. I can just deal with the inverted camera like a tiny bit longer.
Yeah.
Here for some reason you can clank on nothing. It's kind of just like every single run. I like to clank on that. And then here I can actually get 4 air combos off in his head if I'm fast enough. The timing used to be a lot more tight on PS2, but because of 60 FPS, for some reason it's a lot easier to just get all 4 off.
Oh yeah, on PS4 you can't moon jump on Roxas, so on PS2 and PS3 you could jump really high before you started your attack if you timed your attack wrong. On PS4 that just doesn't happen, so it's a lot easier to not go too high.
Alright, that was pretty slow, but I got hit away. Because one of my combos was timed wrong. Because normally you want to knock both of those creepers away, so they don't hit you and stop you from comboing him.
Yeah, Twilight Thorn himself isn't that hard to deal with. The creepers are just the big annoying thing. We want to hit the creepers away with a finisher, but if it's mistimed, they will mess with you like that.
In that menu, I inverted the camera and then turned summon animations to off because they take forever. And then I switched the command menu to normal just because I can.
Boring.
What are you doing, Hainer? Okay, we're gonna do like this.
So for beginner, the struggles are actually quite a bit different. Hainer, we don't have a second finisher for this, so we can't easily push him into a corner. So KHFan is going to do this to push him into the corner. But we also don't have the second finisher, so it's harder for us to manage his revenge value. So KHFan is going to do kind of slow combos here to try and keep Hainer in the corner while knocking orbs out and hope he doesn't hit him.
Yeah, he kind of... The real problem with that was what he did at the beginning. The orbs were just spread all over the place.
Yeah. Like, Hainer can just slide across the arena and pick up all those orbs, so KHFan was playing that really safe. 26 isn't, like, too terrible, but, like, a good Hainer would be around a 34.
And we didn't used to do this, well, I don't know anyone else that does that, but I did an air hit just because I can never get the guard to come out after I hit him. Just kind of a safety thing I do because I was just tired of getting hit there and losing like 15 seconds.
Yeah, Vivi's really consistent outside of the guard.
Yeah.
So by doing an air hit there, he cancels his animation a little faster to let the guard come out. It basically works the same as the other strat, and I don't think it would be any slower really. But yeah, basically we would hit Vivi into the corner. Manipulate his revenge value to know exactly when he's going to attack us, and at 1 HP he won't retaliate, so we're able to just hit him with 2 finishers and knock him out. Right there, that was a dusk fight. I don't know how bad my delay is, but that was a dusk fight. He beat him up.
No, that
Axel
sucks.
takes 5 combos to kill on beginner. He whiffed the finisher, so he'll have to do a 6th combo. And
yeah, I whipped a hit.
Okay.
And for some reason, he didn't get staggered by that one, even though I delayed my combo a lot.
My life is a chip in your pie.
Then Tetsuya, we just really want to die, and sometimes after you hit him, he just backs away and makes it slower. Like this, he just keeps backing up.
Are you getting PS2 RNG? Dude, sets are so much easier on PS4.
Yeah.
Like, I did a PS2 run the other day, and he jumps back faster and more often.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, on PS4, you can hit him as he's backing away. With a lunge on PS2, you can't do that. Okay, 23, that's not really fast, but that's kind of bad for PS4, but it's not that slow.
Yeah, 27 would be a good one. 23 is probably a little below average.
Yeah.
I'd say 24, 25 is pretty average.
Just using these skateboards again for quick
The
movement.
reason we lose to Setzer is because by losing we get the medal and it gives us +1 strength. The champion's belt gives us what? Resistances? I don't even know what it gives.
Yeah, it gives you 20% to all of them.
Yeah, it's not useful on beginner, especially because we just don't take damage on beginner.
It's not really
so
useful
you
anywhere, just because
Yeah.
strength is solely more important.
But like having the medal that KHFan just equipped becomes useful as soon as Shadow Roxas. Like it saves you a combo or two.
Yeah. Okay, these are VV clones, and I just want to hit them all as fast as possible. And I kind of walked around right there just so I can set myself up to try to kill like more of them. And like it's, I don't know, kind of explain that in a weird way. But yeah, you kind of just want to be in the middle of the room so you can get to all of them faster. And then we don't have scan on, so you can actually see my damage increase from having the metal equipped, but this fight takes, without the metal, it takes another couple combos, and it would be a lot slower. So I'm actually going to try to do the task strat here.
Oh god.
It didn't
He's
work.
gonna air combo him in the corner. He's a madman. It's not that hard, but
Yeah, that did not work out at all.
The problem with this fight is if you don't do it correctly, Shadow Roxas will just brick wall you sometimes.
Yeah.
Not brick wall, he'll super arm, whatever it's called.
It's,
But it's just really, he'll just keep attacking you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you just have to kind of let him attack until you can hit him again.
yeah, that was pretty sloppy. But sometimes he can combo you, and then it goes a lot slower than that, so that wasn't too bad.
And he has the same finisher as you, so he can hit you on the backswing as well.
Yeah. Okay, this bag minigame, it actually used to be faster on the PS2 because there was a patch that slowed down how fast this bar goes down. When PS4 first came out, it went down extremely fast, and then they slowed it down in a patch.
Yeah, so PS4 1.01 and 1.02 were actually 1.01 was faster here, and now we lose 7 seconds to 1.01. So it used to be faster than PS2, now it's slower than PS2, and it's just a little sad.
And the rest of this day is just kind of walking.
KHFan, why didn't you get the potion?
This isn't crit. Do you still pick that up on crit? I don't even know.
You would pick it up. Well, you can pick up a potion somewhere just for menuing reasons,
Oh.
so you don't
Okay.
have to equip it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, now we're just running to the 7th wonder, at the mansion.
This is actually the 6th.
No.
Oh wait, no. The 6th is the train, the ghost train. Okay, yeah, you were right.
You don't never get to see the 6th in the cut or the speed run.
Yeah, because we skip it. Yep.
Yeah, now we're heading into the last segment of Roxas World. This will happen a few times, but this is actually one of the fights where you can die. Since we are on beginner, it's just not worth our time to die because it would take too long. We just do so much damage. It's faster to kill him. You'll see KHFan jump around the assassin there, just so we can keep him from going underground.
Yeah, we used to guard that, but it's just faster to sidestep him.
I was actually thinking, I think outside of wisdom grinding, there's almost nothing we fight outside of forced battles. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I don't think we do, and if it is, it's like one or two other places. Like, but I don't think there are any other places that we actually fight stuff outside of a force fight.
Yeah, so all our EXP is based off fights that have a timer and we just kill as much as possible, or the force fights. So EXP routing in this game is actually pretty consistent, which is really nice because beginner does want to hit certain EXP benchmarks for strength ups.
Yeah. Well, actually, in Hollow Bastion, after the pre-Bailey fight, you do kill those two soldiers.
Oh, right.
But yeah, there's barely any situations where you do that.
I forgot because crit doesn't do that. So right here, he wants to kill 3 dusks, and then it's gonna spawn 2 assassins, and he's gonna do something.
I attacked, but he didn't. Okay, he came up, so that worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guard there isn't consistent for some reason, and I tried to attack him, and I was too late.
I think it depends on how far away you are. But yeah, if he jumps at you like that, you can guard him, and you can hit him out of his animation, or guard him out of his animation. He'll sit there and be hittable. So now we are 2 Keyblade Roxas. Fun fact, you can't actually guard during this fight, so... but we're just gonna beat up Axel and hit him into the wall. And then use the reaction command and hit him again.
Yeah. That RC is can be kind of finicky sometimes. Depending on your position in the room, it just won't work and it'll instantly DM.
For anyone that doesn't know, when we say DM, that stands for Desperation Move. That's kind of what we dubbed bosses like Super Limit Move. They're generally invulnerable, and the animations take a really long time. There's nothing we can do about it except for try to survive.
Yeah. In that menu, I just put on area recovery and took both of Donald's items. Just because we won these ether, and I took his potion because I don't want him using it on me later in Haze Escape.
Hades Escape, Agrabah, everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Okay, this station. It's pretty simple. You have to get a bunch of hits because you can end it early, and so we just kind of do a bunch of air hits without finishers because it's faster. Oh god, I can't hit anything.
Yeah, so like KHFan mentioned, we can die here, we can get a certain amount of hits, or we can time out. The fight will automatically time out after 1 minute and 30 seconds, so we're gonna try and end it before then. You can end it like up to nearly 30 seconds early if you get enough hits.
Yeah, this is not going too well.
We want to hit at least level 6 here, and that's usually not too hard to get.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a run where I have not hit level 6.
Level 6 gives us a strength up, and it makes it worth it. Depending on our positioning, it gives us, or allows us to kill creepers in 3 empty hits. So sometimes you will see him start doing finishers at this point.
Okay, that was pretty slow. That did not. I don't think that ended very early, but I got a lot of EXP. So there is a plus to not ending that early, but it's still slow.
Yeah, and the big reason we want EXP is because we also want to hit level 10 in LOD.
Yeah, there's a whole slew of levels that we want to hit at certain points.
Fortunately for this game, you don't have to pay too much attention to them, but they do make the run faster. But most of the time you will hit them without even like noticing. So this is our first encounter with the Heartless, and we get to fight our favorite friends, the Shadows. We go underground and waste our time.
Yeah, they're extremely annoying sometimes. Okay, yeah, my EXP is very good. Sometimes I have over 100 left until level 7. Wow. How was he all the way over there? I'm very surprised he did not go underground. That was good. He just kind of let me walk up to him. They don't usually let you do that. So yeah, that was interesting. The soldier is also introduced in this fight. The soldier has an RC, but we don't actually use it because it's faster just to hit stuff. And it just takes a full air combo to kill them, but if Donald hits him with a thunder, it only takes 2 hits. So you kind of have to adjust to what Donald does and what your party members do. And I'm just gonna kill this soldier right here just for more EXP, even though I really didn't need to do that because my EXP is extremely good.
Oh, 156.
Yeah, that's like 70 more than I usually have.
Yeah.
And I actually just got I got Starseeker, and then I also got Valor Form, which we're gonna be immediately using in Hollow Bastion.
Valor Form just runs faster than base Sora, as well as lets you have 2 Keyblades. The reason why that's important is because for each Keyblade, your strength increases when you have the second Keyblade, and having more strength increases your damage.
Yeah.
So you'll see that used a lot in like all of early game, really, because it's our fastest form of movement and it just does the most damage. Right here, well, KHFan probably already did some movement tech where he swings to land on top of the box so he can skip a ledge grab.
Okay, that was really fast. Yeah, so basically I want the AoE finisher, the AoE ground finisher to come out so I can just hit everything there at once. And you don't want to do like just all finishers to kill everything fast because you actually want some hits in Valor to level it up to level 2. Before, like when we get to LOD in the first fight of LOD, we want it to level up.
The reason we kill those soldiers there for Valor experience, Sora experience, and we have to go back through that area later. We don't want them screwing up with some of our movement. Because we need to grab this AP boost over here, because unlike crit, we don't get the 50 AP at the start, so our AP is actually pretty tight.
Yeah, we have to pick up a lot of AP boost chests.
We're also going to grab this drive recovery. This is for safety and speed. When we get to Beast Castle, we're going to go for a strat called One Cycle. If we don't keep Valor there, we need the drive recovery, otherwise you just lose like a minute and a half or more. But if we don't have to use it there, we can also use it in a later fight to like save like 30 seconds. So not getting one
Leon
cycle
might
actually
mess this up.
You.
Yeah.
So ideally we want Leon to run toward
Okay, this
the
is
door,
actually good.
but sometimes he doesn't. We want him to run toward the door because we don't want him messing around with these samurais. Fortunately, he kept everything kind of in the general area. So...
It's actually like lined up. That was really weird.
What did that samurai even parry off of?
I don't know. Sometimes they just parry off of nothing. Oh god, I used that potion again. I always do that.
So that was really nice. Just
that was,
beat up all the samurais.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, my customizations are actually flipped right now because I switch X and circle. So I accidentally used my potion there, so I'm just gonna have to put one back on in this next menu. It always throws me off a little bit. Okay, yeah,
the reason we want potions though is because Hades escape. We are going to be getting to below half HP, and if the worst possible thing happens, we do need to be able to heal ourselves so we don't die. So some runners you'll notice get rid of their potions. That means they're probably not EXP boosting. But since KHFan will be, we do want that potion.
And I actually play Hades Escape even riskier because I only put one potion on.
Oh, you double eat. Okay, that's weird.
Because I do left path and I can only pick up one either chest. Yeah. Right. It's a little scary sometimes, but.
Yeah, so this is a Gummi ship mission. We can't speed them up. We just have to kind of sit here. They do offer a little break for your hands, but they add a bulk to the speedrun.
Yeah. And a lot of times they're actually, for me, they're like a momentum killer. Because like I can have a really good world, and then I just kind of sit through this, and then just kind of start all over.
Forgot he was playing the game.
Yeah.
But we don't want to shoot too many enemies, especially in this first Gummi ship mission, because if we get too high of a score, we'll actually get the Falcon Gummi ship, and that just wastes time because at the end of the Gummi ship mission, we'll get a little pop-up saying, "You got the Falcon," and we
don't want that. Yeah, we don't care.
And the problem with getting the Falcon in the first Gummi ship mission also means that we'll get Falcons for like the consecutive Gummi ship missions if we get high scores as well. So it's better just to avoid getting it now.
Yeah, he's kind of the bane of every runner's existence, because you kind of just sit here doing nothing. And they're all like around like 3 minutes long. At least in like KH1 there's gonna be missions, but you can actually speed them up a little bit. These are all just a set time no matter what.
Unless you die, but dying in Gummi ship missions isn't too bad. There's only 2 that should really kill you if you're paying attention, or if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
LOD can kill you, but generally if you're moving around the screen, you're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, as KHFan enters the world, he'll actually take off guard to put on combo boost. The reason we do this is because we don't want to, since we do need to use AP boost, we kind of optimize where we use them, and it's just faster to not use it when they're just to put on combo boost. We'll also take Ping's Ether, and do you do the menu trick?
No, I don't know how to do it.
Okay, you just, okay. I'm not going to confuse you now.
No, this needs to become potion, then this, okay,
We'll also put Goofy in the party because we do want to use Valor form at the start of this world. Because Donald doesn't give us a drive form yet.
I'm just immediately gonna go Valor for movement and just to use it in this fight.
Yeah.
And we have Shadows again, and they don't want to get hit by anything because they just want to spend all their time underground most of the time.
Yeah, one thing to note, so As most people know, there is a mechanic called anti-form. We have routed out anti-points so that we should never get anti-form in a fight. And for the most of the start of LOD, since Ping is a forced party member, as in we cannot switch her out of our party, we do not get anti-points at this point. So we can freely drive throughout all of the start of LOD until she turns into Mulan. Or she. Valor form is also pretty good with dealing with these Nightwalkers at the start. You saw KH2 got level 2 Valor there. We want that because it just guarantees that we'll have Valor at the end of Mountain Climb. So that just saves time on movement. Losing it isn't a big deal on Mountain Climb, but it's nicer just not to.
Yeah. I also switched in Donald right there because his Thunder helps a lot. I don't want to switch him in too early because I need to get enough drive back to get level to go Valor at the end of missions.
Also, a thing to note is Crit has a finishing cluster, so they can one combo Nightwalkers. Beginner's just short of it, so we need to do 1, 1, 2, 3 until we hit level 10.
So I'm already level 10.
Wow. If Donald Thunders the Nightwalker, we can one combo it, but he doesn't really do that. Oh wow, you hit that.
I've risked all of it right there. I killed both of them before they get an attack off.
So he played killing that first Assault Rider a little risky, but it's fast.
Yeah.
So you can actually snipe that Shadow.
The timing is really weird on PS4.
I think you ran forward a little too far.
Maybe.
If I had to guess. But yeah, this is just hide and seek. Pretty much, we gotta kill all the all the Heartless in the camp.
I'm just gonna go Valor there and kill the last Nightwalker. But I want Valor form all the way up this mountain because it's a lot faster and you can kill stuff a lot faster. And here I can actually kill all 3 of these with one combo, but it depends if they all line up. They didn't.
Yeah, by pressing square, you can actually end your combo early. You'll see us utilize that quite a few times. Oh, you did the Nintendo show. Okay.
I had to kill everything there because I just got screwed up.
Yeah, the big thing with Mountain Climb is being able to destroy the walls with the reaction command, except the animation's really long. So if we ever don't kill it properly, then the Nightwalkers will probably just keep hitting us out of it, so it's probably worth your time just killing them at that point.
Yeah.
We do abuse the game's limitations here, because even though it is a PS4 game now, it still shares data restrictions that the PS2 had. And by leaving those Nightwalkers alive that we run past, it doesn't spawn the Assault Rider at the wall, so we don't have to worry about him at all.
I can actually just chain the combo together with magic. You can fire finisher, or you can do any magic and then use a finisher. And in this fight, it helps a lot.
Yeah, a big reason we pick combo boost at the start is because a horizontal ground finisher will one-shot the shadows. Because you won't kill all of them with fire. You just knock that shadow into Ping.
I think it just got he died behind me. I didn't know what happened.
You knocked the shadow into Ping and she killed him.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, like I mentioned, we're just going to be using Valor Form for movement. We're going to pick up 2 AP boosts along the way to Summit. Because we are super AP starved at this moment. And we want to put on things like Scan and Slide Dash and Guard again later on.
So, I'm actually going to split a menu up right here. I do it weirdly compared to everyone. I do half of it right here and then half of it after the fight. just because that's how I've always done it, because I used to mess it up doing it all at once. But yeah, basically I just use the AP boost and then I put on scan, guard, and slide dash. Yeah, that's it. And here the objective is just kill as much as possible. And my EXP is already really good, so...
Yeah, so we want a certain amount of EXP just to make us not have to worry about our experience on Hades Escape as much. We also want to kill as many bolt towers as possible just for the money. We're going to need 640 money at Timeless River to buy 2 Tourmaline rings. The reason we do this is because the Tourmaline rings will give us 2 AP, and instead of equipping 2 Sardonyx rings, which only give us 1 AP, the Tourmaline rings help us skip some AP boosts, so we'll save a few seconds there by doing that. Hitting 640 money isn't too much of an issue, because we can make up that money in mini escorts if we have to, but ideally we wouldn't want to.
Okay, 30 EXP from level 12 is very good there. You want to be like below 200, so I'm pretty good on the XP right now.
You almost leveled up.
Yeah.
If you had done a little better, we could have gone for 14 Cerberus strats.
It's actually not as easy to get level 14 before Cerberus. I've gotten like over 100 kills there, and I was still like 150.
I've only gotten it once. But yeah, he set Mulan to party attack there because we want Mulan to kill the Nightwalkers for us because there's another door that we have to protect, but we're just gonna let Mulan do it for us while we kill Shan Yu.
Yeah.
KHFan saved warp there. PS4 it's just faster because of loads now. Loading in and out of worlds is significantly faster.
Yeah, than walking through the whole world. And here I'm actually going to use this drive explosion to damage these guys and hope that ping kills them. So I only have to focus on these guys, the bolt towers.
Ping, it's Mulan.
It is Mulan at this point. That was very fast. Because sometimes the bolt towers, they go up to do their RC and you can't attack them, or they just parry you.
Yeah, and the way they stagger causes their hittable point to move around a lot, and Valor Form likes to whiff a bit.
Yeah. Do you want to explain Shan Yu?
So at the start of Shan Yu here, I'm not exactly sure which strat KHFan does, but we need to get into his first HP gate to cause him to go into his like purple charge up form. Do you do ground combo?
I do.
Okay, so he's gonna dodge to the side and do a ground combo.
I just barely got that guard off. That's good.
Yeah, we just hit his first HP gate. Oh, the bird hit him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got really lucky there. But yeah. So you can get 2 finishers with Valor. The overhead one, or the one that like he spins around like that. And if there's enemies around you, you'll get the one that spins like that, and it messes up his revenge value. But I was able to get him to the HP gate correctly.
Yeah, he got him to the HP gate before he hit the revenge value, so it just forces him to jump anyways, which works out fine.
Yeah, this Gummi mission is one of the a little bit more scary ones if you're not paying attention. This is a Gummi mission that I've seen a lot of people die to, like new runners.
I think even like veteran runners will die
yeah.
when they're not paying attention.
Yeah, there's a part that I'm just like, no matter what, I make sure that I'm paying attention during it.
But yeah, just like Twilight Thorn, Shan Yu himself isn't really the hard part. It's all the other enemies you have to deal with. Like the Nightwalkers kind of get in your way. Like I purposely do a square, or I use square to finish there just to make sure I get the single target finisher. And the bird can like pick you up and fly you around. Like
yeah,
it's a very silly.
Sometimes
fight.
the bird just goes crazy. Like I've had him like attack me like multiple times within like just a couple seconds span, or he just picks you up and you can't do anything. Like he's like the harder enemy than Shan Yu.
So we go to Land of Dragons first, actually, because we want the experience. Beast Castle doesn't give you a lot of experience because there's like 0 force fights.
Will I fight Selfrot this run?
Sephiroth? Yes. No,
Yes.
he won't. But yeah, so we go to Land of Dragons because, as you notice, there's a lot of forest fight, namely like the 3 missions and the summit fight, and that just gives us a lot of experience. So we will be level 13 or 14 by the time we hit Beast Castle, and that's really important because level 14 is a strength up, so it just makes everything faster.
Yeah.
Like by having, because normally we would go to Beast Castle at level 6 or level 7. But by having level 10 and level 14 for that, we have 4 more strength, which just makes we're able to 1 cycle Thresholder, and it makes Darkthorn a lot easier.
Yeah. Also, on the topic of Sephiroth, we actually, in Kingdom Hearts 2 English, one of the old routes, we actually did defeat Sephiroth in the run.
What, for the drive?
Oh wait, no, I was thinking of that 2J All Worlds run where I beat him. Never mind, that's not correct.
The 2J All Worlds one where you PB'd
Yeah, I got world record even though I beat Sephiroth in the run. That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Beginner Gold Crown also used to do it before Peter Pan.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Gold Crown, you actually did used to defeat Sephiroth. Okay. Got a little confused.
Yeah, Gold Crown, we used to beat him for Fenrir so we could negative combo him because our experience barely worked out to be able to do it. But now we just Peter Pan him, and it's faster. So it makes me a little sad.
I would not do 2J in a marathon. Just because you can mess up the Trinity.
Does the Trinity carry over in saves?
What do you mean?
Like, if you got a high Trinity then made a save, could you load up that save and like practice?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Okay. The Trinity does.
Yeah, your Trinity hits save. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that. Because I was gonna say that'd be terrible to practice if you couldn't even like have.
Oh yeah. I've practiced TJ. Yeah, but if anyone wonder what we're talking about, in TJ there's a glitch with Trinity. Where it always does the maximum amount of hits you've gotten.
Normally it resets your maximum hit counter, but in 2J it always keeps it. So you can rack up a lot of hits in Timeless River, and then you can like nearly one-shot a lot of bosses like Xigbar and Storm Rider.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
The only problem is that early game is butt.
Yeah, but alright, back to the current run.
Back to this current run. We're in Olympus Coliseum.
Yeah.
We have to run all the way to Hades, and you parried off a rock.
I parried off a rock. But yeah, if you're wondering why I didn't immediately just go into Valor like I've been doing, I can't. It takes away your drive for the first part of this.
Yeah, that's fun mechanic.
Yeah. I also did a little air, like a little movement boost right there. Damage boost, that's what it is. Where I just jumped and let him hit me. Because when you hit the ground, you don't have like any animation to go through it as if he hit you on the ground. So it's faster.
Yeah, a lot of this is just very minor movement tech. There's not much to do here, but like someone said earlier, if we could have a skateboard here, we would save a lot of time.
Yeah.
Just the movement.
In the second visit of this world, there is a skateboard that we just kind of ride right through everything, and it's a lot faster.
Yeah. You're not going for final form, right?
No.
Okay.
Unless I happen to get it.
Yeah. But yeah, like going up ramps is probably faster than a skateboard because final form can't go up. You just have to keep jumping and flying. So going on a skateboard and just cruising along is cool. So right here, this is a fight that is just hit counter. So slide dashing and fire, we do a lot of hits. So we're actually going to take Orin's potions, take off his healing water and divider and his limit, take off Donald Cure, and put on experience boost. We take out Orin divider because we don't want him hitting the bats, because we want to use their reaction command. And we also take off his healing water so he doesn't heal us. We take off auto limit so we don't accidentally use his limit. And we take off Donald's Cure because we don't want him healing us either. So KHFan is going to try his best to get into half HP at this point. Because at half HP we can experience boost. So that first platform wasn't too bad, but you can lose a lot of time there if Hades doesn't want to fireball you. The second platform, depending on where Hades spawns, that's not a good spot. Oh, okay, you chose to guard it. Okay. Oh, so this is unfortunate. Yeah, if you can just sit there and fire all the enemies, they die very fast.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Unfortunately, Hades hit him out of it, so KHFan had to kind of adapt. He potioned there for safety because he doesn't want to go into this last platform at low HP. And it only took him like one hit to get him back into. EXP boost range, sorry. We also can't kill the enemies with backfire if we want to get the boosted experience, because it only counts if Sora is the one getting the kill. So like if Ornn or Donald get the kill, or the backcry gets the kill, it doesn't count, unfortunately. So right here, he's actually going to use Ornn's limit. This is for safety, and it is just more consistent this way, because parts of this limit will give you XP boost.
I don't even know how that slide dash killed him. But I didn't die, that's all that matters. Okay, 346, so I'm fine. Yeah, my EXP is fine.
Yeah, he has good EXP, and that Hades escape overall, it wasn't great, but it wasn't too bad as well.
For what that fight can give you, that's fine. Because that's one of my least favorite fights, like, of early game. Like, this whole world just is not very fun.
So this path, KHFan took the left path instead of the right path here. What this does, it actually skips an AP boost and an ether, but it saves you like, was it like 8 seconds in movement?
Yeah, something around there.
So he's gonna have to pick up another AP boost later. Fortunately, there's one that we used to skip, but now he can pick up. And the ether, we don't necessarily need it, as long as he sets up his menu correctly, or which you already did, I think. So there's two ways to do the Cerberus fight. You can opt to fight him in beginner, or you could opt to go for Mickey. Mickey, unfortunately, isn't the most consistent thing, because if you don't one-cycle him with pearls and res Sora, then you actually can lose quite a bit of time. But a perfect Mickey fight to a perfect Cerberus fighting out is like the difference of like 3 or 4 seconds, and Cerberus is a little more consistent, so on average you can have good Cerberus fights. But we do this reaction command so we can get Cerberus knocked down, and then we can just air combo him to death.
Yeah.
There's a little RNG in how Cerberus moves, but overall they all work out to be around the same.
Yeah, there's actually one pattern that he doesn't like DM. It takes him a while to DM, and you can actually skip doing the RC, but I've only had that happen a couple times.
Yeah. And if you have level 14 at this point, which is extremely rare, like we mentioned earlier, it is always worth going for fighting out Cerberus. It's not worth doing Mickey at all, just because that 1 or 2 extra strength makes such a big difference.
And actually, I Valored there. It saves probably like the second or less, but why
I compared
not?
It's like literally half a second.
Yeah, why not? It's half a second.
But yeah, at this point, our anti-points are like skyrocketing right now. We're probably at like 6 or 7 anti-points at this point, I think. But we never drive in a situation at this point where we would get anti-form. There's very specific situations where you can, and there's actually all outlined on the forums if you want to check them out. But we never drive in a situation that we can get it. Right here, KHFan has to destroy the urns and pick up the coins, but unlike Crit, we don't have a second finisher, nor do we have draw. So urns are actually quite a bit harder on beginner, funny enough. So right here, he just wants to kill as many urns as possible before like around 1 minute and 6 seconds, kind of. So we can guarantee the big urn to spawn.
That was very fast. Yeah, if the big urn spawns like far away from you, you have to walk all the way over to it, and that can waste a couple seconds.
The big urn can also spawn into your finisher if you mistime your combos, and you can just knock it away and not hit it into the small urns, which means you don't get a bunch of coins. Yeah. And that's really slow as well. Like, you can lose 30 seconds easily on urns, unfortunately.
Yeah. This is actually the only strength boost chest in the game that we can get, like, during the run, so obviously we grab it.
I think there's one in core.
There is one in core.
That's it.
Yeah.
So there's one strength boost here, and then there's a magic boost and a defense boost in Pooh World. But we will be visiting that. Wow, this is an 90%. What do you know?
Yeah. Hey.
So I don't know if you picked those up because I don't know if they make much of a difference. I haven't actually tested it.
There's a defense boost in Pooh's World. There's no attack boost, strength boost there.
Magic boost?
Oh, there's a magic boost, but yeah, I don't think it would make a difference because you only have a couple fights left, really.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's one of the normal strength boosts in the normal Kingdom Hearts, or like original Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds. In core, you can get some more power boosts, and then you can also farm them from data organization. But yeah, that one strength will make a difference. Yeah. Basically until until we get scaled in like the world that never was.
Well, also, yeah, your damage in Space Paranoid is scaled at that point, so that magic boost wouldn't do anything.
Right. I think Gold Crown we would use it because your magic actually is at a level where I think
where it can change, the actual damage output, Okay. So I want to use this RC, and I want it to go towards right into Demyx, so it kills things as they're spawning. So this is just really an RNG based minigame.
Yeah, ideally you want like 50 or higher, but that doesn't really happen. Average would probably be around 45, and anything below 40 is pretty bad. But there's not really much you can do to control it. You want to kind of throw the clone toward Demyx because that's where the water clones will spawn, so they can spawn into the thrown water clone.
Yeah.
So you got a 44, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's about average, so. And then I'm going to do a menu right here. I'm going to be throwing on the power boost that I got. I also have to go through this little menu animation. There's a different way to do it, but I don't know how to do it, where you do it earlier and it's faster.
Yeah, so basically anytime before you open the menu, if you're on like items and you hit the touchpad on the PS4, it'll bring up like 3 tutorials, and then it'll actually skip the 2 extra ones that you would get here. And it'll actually save you a few seconds.
Yeah, I also just took off guard and put on aerial dive. We take off guard because we don't really need it anywhere, and we'd rather use that AP for other stuff. And I'm gonna be EXP boosting again here.
We also didn't take off Goofy's potions at the start of the run, so
this is not good. This is not good.
Oh no!
She might die. This is very bad.
It's okay, just eat all the orbs.
I will.
But yeah, like I said, Goofy needs to throw all his potions.
She died. She died.
Oh no.
I've actually never had that happen to me before.
Did the soldier kill her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, so yeah. Unfortunately, if all the bats just gang up on Meg at the start of the fight, her HP will just drop insanely fast. I don't know if that's like a lag thing, an FPS thing, or what, but that can happen on the PS3 version as well. So that's why I usually just opt to automatically kill him at the very start, because it's just safer that way. I don't know if I finished this or not, but Goofy does need to throw his potions because later on we are going to try and death abuse again, and we don't want Goofy potioning us. And it's just faster to do it here because besides EXP boosting, we're not doing much. This is a timed fight that we can't really make any faster. Yeah, usually Donald will take care of the bats for you, but I think sometimes he just focuses on Pete.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you might hit 14.
but I usually hit it in this fight, so.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's just really unfortunate. I completely forgot that that could even be a thing. And then, yeah.
So this is one of the few fights, since we have a fourth party member in Hercules, we can't get answer for him. You just cannot get it. It's impossible.
He will not stop.
So we're gonna go Valor Form here and use or try to use Backcry. Because with the two key blades, level 14 and the power boost, it's just going to do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Pete's being a principal, so KHFan just has to combo him down normally. Fortunately, beginner doesn't take too much damage there, but like if that happens on crit, you're probably going to die or lose much more time.
Yeah, and I actually put on Trinity Limit there. We're going to be using it in this fight. It's a very useful limit.
Yeah, we also take up experience boost because it's just not effective to use much for the rest of the run. We want combo boost. Oh, I forgot you do this thing. So KHFan goes into the fight with Valor, unlike most people. He gets hit into the air and then tries to cover the head down.
I would have been able to actually combo him, but I didn't have enough Valor because of how bad he went.
Yeah. Yeah, so the reason he does this though is because he doesn't want to use his ether.
Yeah, I want to save an ether. 2 ethers actually, well, 1 ether.
Yeah, he wants to save an ether because of the one he skipped.
And I also skipped doing the RC on the Hydra's back.
Right. On beginner, we have enough damage to kill these heads before they go back underground. It is a bit RNG based, but if you're fast enough, you can consistently kill them before they go back underground. That's really hard to do, so most new runners will still opt to go for the iron. Right here on this Trinity, we're looking for 90 hits at least. So we can go for something called Trinity Skip. Okay, we got it. I'm so delayed. He got the worst head pattern for Trinity list. Actually, well,
it's better on PS4. Yeah.
On beginner, it's fine because you do have enough damage to get it. On crit, it's probably, I don't know, it's really hard to say because one of the head patterns you'll actually whiff the finisher of Trinity, which means you have less damage but you have more times to hit the head, or more time to hit the head, so it's like kind of a toss-up. But the best head pattern is where he's alternating them. But if you can get Trinity list with that fast head pattern, it is the fastest, or with the head pattern in the middle, it is the fastest fight you can get. So if he didn't kind of lose damage out on the very start, he would have been fine. Right here we put on Hero's Crest because more strength and air combo boost.
In this fight, you just want to kill 3 enemies so that all of the enemies spawn in, and then you actually want to do, you just want to do the triangle part of Trinity and end it as fast as possible because the triangle finisher will kill everything, just like that. But sometimes a shadow will go underground, or it won't spawn in for some reason, and then you just kind of have to kill him after, and it ends up being slow. But yeah. Just quick stop here, and we'll be back here later.
Normally I'd say this is the only time we come here, but all roads, we do have to come back here to seal the keyhole. Yeah, there's actually an AP boost in that world that we used to get a long time ago, but Tourmaline rings do help us skip that AP boost because it's all the way behind the tree, so we really don't want to pick it up. Now KHFan's going to Beast Castle. This Gummi Ship mission is actually one of the few that you can probably get up and take a walk for most of it. You do have to come back by the end so you don't die. But
I usually use it as a bathroom break.
Yeah, this is like where I'll take my first break and then I'll take another one at like Halloween Town. Because Halloween Town's actually the last Gummi Ship mission you have until the World That Never Was, or Twilight Town 3, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So in Beast Castle, the first, well, not the first fight. The first fight is just a little forced fight where we're gonna be using Trinity, but the second fight, which is actually a boss, is Thresholder, and we're gonna be going for something. We're gonna be going for something cool as one cycle, and there used to be like a lot of controversy around this on like the older versions of KH2, like KH2 English, because if you missed it, you'd lose a lot of time, and like maybe up to a minute depending on what happens after. But in this version we have a drive recovery, so if we miss it, we just lose drive and we use the drive recovery.
Yeah, drive recoveries in this game actually give you 3 drive back, whereas in 2 English it only gave you 1, and that was a big reason. I don't know if I literally just repeated that or not.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, good. Good!
Good.
So yeah, that's why we can do that. But ideally we wouldn't want to get it, and it's actually pretty consistent now on 1.034. It was consistent on 1.02, but I would say it was a little harder. But now we can actually go back to using like very similar strats that we did on PS2. But ideally we want to... Did you mention whiffing a hit?
I did not.
Okay, so we want to whiff 1 hit in Valor, because there's an HP barrier that if we land every hit in Valor, we will do too much damage and cause Thresholder to go back into the door. So we do, or Possessor, I guess it's called. So we want to whiff 1 hit so we can land the finisher right before the HP barrier and kill him with that single finisher. You can actually whiff part of the finisher as well. And if you whiff 2 hits, you won't kill him. If you do the extra hit, you won't kill him. So it's pretty precise, but it's not too bad if you know what you're trying to do.
Yeah. And that first fight, it's just hit based, so we use Trinity to rack up a bunch of hits, and it ends it.
So there's also a route for this game, or well, any percent really, where you can be level 13 at this point in the game. And at that point, since you have less strength, you want to hit every hit of Valor. So it can be a bit confusing, but yeah. But yeah, KHFan will drive outside of the fight here. If we did it inside, we would probably definitely anti-form. Because our anti-points, I think at this point, are like 8 or 9.
Yeah, so there's like a 75% chance or something around there that you'd get it.
Yeah, we don't want anti-form.
Let's go.
We could also alternatively use Chicken Little here for safety if we don't want to lose Valor Form. But it loses like 15 seconds almost.
I didn't get it, but okay.
So yeah, if the gargoyles hit you, it becomes a lot harder to get it. He gets too high in the air and it's harder to whiff a hit at that point.
Yeah, that was a very fast fight for missing it, and I'm able to keep Valor Form, so I don't have to use my drive recovery, and I can use it later for a strat.
Yeah, so fortunately, when you hit the HP barrier the first time on Thresholder, he will drop a bunch of drive orbs. So if you can kill him really fast on the second rotation, you will have enough to keep drive. And that's the big thing you want to do here. But yeah, I don't know if we mentioned this, but there's a few instances in the game where your party members are taken out of your party, like right now. I mean, when that happens, you will be automatically reverted from your drive form, and you will have your drive refunded. So we do abuse that quite a bit in the speedrun. It's not really a glitch or anything, but I would say we just exploit it a lot.
I think this will do the trick. Give me strength.
And now I'm just running to the beast fight. And in the other route, where if you were level 13 here, you'd stop in this room and you'd start killing some stuff. But since I'm already level 14, I don't want to do that, and I can just go straight into Beast. And there you can just see like the massive power of Valor Form right now, just because of how high our strength is with level 14. Like the finisher just did like half of that whole bar of his health.
Yeah, and that's with the addition of Hero's Crest having air combo boost on. Like Valor Form air combos are just so powerful.
Yeah. And then that menu, I switched out Goofy because I need to use Valor for the next fight. And then I put Beast onto Sora attack so he doesn't do anything in the fight and doesn't mess it up. This fight I'm actually going to be going for something called Windowless. Depending on what you do at the start, it affects his AI, and if I take a step backwards, he will go underground immediately instead of going into the window. And that can set me up for Windowless.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few times we use position-based manipulation to change AI. Mainly for like Chicken Little to make a missile, but we do use it on Shadowstalker as
well. Okay, I also got level 3 right there. That's really early.
Oh, that's good for Pete.
Yeah, that's really good.
So yeah, we're gonna hit him away from the wall with the finisher, and then we can kill him before he goes into the window. As I say that like 20 seconds late. But for Dark Throw, we can actually do a strat here where we're gonna press 2 square inputs that go straight to the finisher on Dark Throw, and then we're gonna actually revert, and then use Solo Trinity on him. If we don't have Donald and Goofy in the party, we'll do something called Solo Trinity. That's why Beast needs to be in the party here. And then while he's jumping around, we can keep him staggered and do damage, and then finish him off with 2 air combos. KHFan, you're ahead of my PB with the death. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Makes me feel very sad.
Yeah. Okay. This in Disney Castle, I'm gonna be picking up the first Torn Page, which lets me do all of 100 Acre Wood, and I don't know. I'm just saying that right now, just so I remember it. Because if you forget them, you have to go back later, and it's just really inconvenient.
Yeah, one thing I guess is just like random to mention here, because it's just a lot of movement right now, is a lot of the chests from 2 English and 2J were changed into FM. So even though they had a lot of ether chests in 2 English, a lot of them just are synth items into FM. And
okay, I have enough money. Good.
So we don't have as many ethers, but we also don't need as many ethers because we aren't spamming as many limits. So it's an interesting trade-off. You need 640 money, and KHFan at 650 there.
Yeah.
So that's really good. I've had like 330 before.
How?
I just killed that many bolt towers, dude. It was crazy. I just looked at my money and I thought I didn't have enough because I saw the 30. Then I was like, oh wait. Oh wait, did I say 6?
You said 320.
I meant 730.
Yeah, I've had 730. I was like, there's no way you were 300 short.
It's because Crit has like 300 at that point.
Because you buy the Zardonic strings. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yeah, no, I've had like 700 plus there before.
Yeah. I've had less than 600 and
yeah, 590 or
yeah, and then you kind of just can't recover it unless you picked up an extra item, but
This way.
sell the driver cover.
Let's go. This way.
So yeah, this escort here, we just need to get to the end of the ring because we have enough money. We could sit here and farm, but farming generally can lose you like up to 10 seconds because you have to kind of push them off to the side and stuff, and it takes like 2 or 3 abilities to kill them.
On crit you actually farm for a little bit of EXP here, don't you?
Yeah, you need 500 or 28 or less. Beginner, we still need experience, but it's not nearly as tight. Like I think you're almost always guaranteed 15 if you have level 14 here.
Yeah.
I think the only time it's tight at all is like if you don't, if you do like level 13 Dark Sword, then you might be a little tight.
This way. Let's go.
Oh yeah, you're almost level.
Yeah, I have a lot of
15
EXP.
already. The reason we want level 15 is because that actually gives us reaction boost, and we want reaction boost for the first window, because it lets us one-shot the hammer frames with the reaction command we can do in that fight. A new episode was added. Oh.
Is that because of the torn page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you pick up the torn page, it's telling you that you can go to Poo World.
Mm. Yeah.
Let's go.
So yeah, right here we're actually gonna buy 2 tourmaline rings.
I actually forgot to do that.
I just noticed. But we buy the 2 tourmaline rings because we just got an extra accessory slot, and we can buy them so conveniently. Do that right now.
Yeah, I was so focused on the new episode, so I just forgot. Okay, it didn't waste any time. It released it like literally like 2 seconds though. Where am I? Okay, I forgot where I was. But just gonna hop in here and buy both of these and immediately equip them. And now I have 1 more strength, which speeds these fights up a little bit.
He has 1 more strength. He also got a 2 AP there.
2 more AP, yeah.
Well, actually 3 more. Yeah, 3 more.
No, it's 2 more. Is it 4 more?
Yeah, because you have the metal one.
Yeah, so yeah, they're both 2, so that's yeah.
You just got 4.
Okay, and now you see Chicken Little for the first time.
On beginner.
Yeah.
So yeah, we actually went to the second window first there because, like I mentioned, we want level 15. It doesn't matter what order you do the windows in, really, unless you're going for certain speed strats. Unfortunately, one of the hammers got stuck on the building.
Yeah, that was a really weird way of doing it because I used my magic in the wrong way, but it's still just as fast.
So yeah, on PS2 we actually generally had a little less experience here, and I think that's because we killed more in escorts on PS4 for some reason. But we would do Windows 2 and 3 first, then maybe the first one to guarantee level 15. Although, yeah, KHFan already has level 15. But yeah, we use Chicken Little here because he can actually crowd control all these enemies here. Like the cars are just so much easier to deal with.
Please use
Chicken Little.
Use a baseball, thank you. Okay.
He can knock them out of most of all their attacks except for like 1 part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, right here he's iframe, but Chicken Little can just boop him out.
And then they're just a quick reaction boost because I need to be able to kill the frame hammers in 1 RC.
We also just equip reaction command in general because it just boosts all the damage of our reaction commands that we do for the rest of the run.
Okay, perfect. The way that reaction command works, it's really hard to get all 3 out before hitting the ground. So I use that fire to stay in the air longer.
So actually, as you notice, we actually lose Chicken Little every time we left the windows, and that's because we don't have party members, so it's automatically dismissing him and giving our drive back. But after your 4th window, no matter which one it is, the last one you do, you actually won't automatically dismiss Chicken Little or like revert to the drive form. So we opt to not use Chicken Little here, so we can have Valor at the start of the OP.
And then we just use the major drive of Trinity to end that wave immediately.
Yeah, Major Drive has the shortest animation, which is why you'll see us use it a lot. Because the finisher will one-shot all the rapid thrusters in that room. We just need to get straight to the finisher.
Yeah.
So like we've mentioned a million times at this point, Valor form, since you have 2 keyblades, increases your strength. So we're able to 3-shot Pete here, and we do more damage to the cage holding the
cage, yeah.
Great cage thing, wooden. We actually run all the way over here just to pick up an AP boost because our AP is that tight in this route.
Mm-hmm.
And KHFan will wail on this cage. You'll see
Okay.
he stops doing finishers after a certain point because he wants to make sure he can do the reaction point. You were ballsy with that third one.
I know. I usually am.
But yeah, 2 cycle is pretty normal on beginner. You actually, since you have level 3 drive or valor early,
I can walk
square
over
square
there.
at the very start.
Well,
yeah.
I didn't do that, but I've reverted.
Oh,
But
okay.
I still got to walk there in Valor.
Yeah, so this would save a bit of time.
Whoops. I was on the wrong side.
Oops.
Okay. I was I don't know why I was on that side of the menu.
So yeah, because we have Valor Form here, we can actually just square twice to get through a lot of his phases. But you have to stagger him correctly. If you don't stagger him correctly, it's a bit hard. But as you see, as soon as you hit the HP gate, he just instantly transitions. So by using Valor Form, even though we're probably hitting his revenge value, since we hit the HP gate so quickly, we can just transition him really fast. And this saves like, what, 10, 15 seconds?
Yeah, it's a good amount of time.
Strats.
So that was good, except for the Trinity at the start.
This last phase, or that second to last phase, is the most awkward, probably, just because those buildings over there can move around.
Yeah, if they knock him in the air, he'll most likely pinball. Okay. And I just got Wisdom Form, and that resets all my drive points, so I can start using drives in battle again for a little bit.
Funnily enough, in Port Royal, every time we use a drive, we have a forced party member, so we don't actually get anti-points in that world still. The first time we'll get an anti-point again is in Agrabah when we grind for Wisdom Form.
Let's go.
Or grind Wisdom Form for quick run. Hold. It's too hard.
Okay. Yeah, this is another one of the Gummi missions where for most of it you don't have to do anything. You just have to come back at the end because you will die, like very close to the end if you don't do anything at all. But yeah, this is a Gummi mission I usually put my controller down and stretch a little bit, or go like get like snack or anything because you have a lot of time. You have a couple minutes. Wait, so you were saying that you don't get any points if you have a forced party member?
Yep.
Is that
So Captain Jack Sparrow during Barbossa, or right before Barbossa and Ping, you don't get any anti-points.
Oh.
That's why the anti-point route works. We actually found that out because on 2 English they tried driving in the fight, and we found out that you could if you didn't do the OC and LOD drive down the mountain. And we were like, but how does that work? We drive in missions a bunch of times, and it's like, oh, because Ping just doesn't give you anti-points. It's really weird. I don't know why that is. But it's like, if you have a 4th party member, you still get anti-points, but you don't get anti-form. So, like, I don't know how that works. So, like, Timeless Pete, like, where you go anti-form, or Valor Form, you should get anti, but you don't.
Yeah.
And then if you have a dead party member, you don't get any anti-points as well. So you can't get anti-form. Well, actually, no, wait.
No, if as long as you have 2 party members, you will get an any point.
No, if they're dead, you won't get anti-form. But I don't know if you get an anti-point. Let me check. Nintendo tested this. Like, he went on Hades, and they just, like... He had a bunch of anti-points, let Donald die, and then, like, went anti. Or he went drive, and I forget what the result was. Yeah,
But that'll only work for Valor and Wisdom because you need both alive villains. Okay, that makes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
It's not common where you'll be like limit form as well. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can't. Oh, because they won't be able to take them away if they're dead, I guess. I mean, I'm just trying to make sense of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, you can't get anti-points when Sora's alone. You can't get anti-points when you have a forced party member, and you cannot get any anti-points when a party member is dead. So, like, I don't know why it wouldn't still add anti-points, even though you can't get anti-form. That's what confuses me.
Yeah.
Like, that there's two different scenarios there. So yeah, we're gonna actually summon Chicken Little here because his whistle helps us end this fight early, as well as in the next fight, they get sucked in and we can beat them up.
I'm gonna be using a lot of magic in this world because pirates are very susceptible to it.
It also actually does status ailments to them, like freezing them, which is just useful so they aren't running around.
Yeah. It's especially useful for Barbossa because you kind of he's just a boss and you kind of just freeze him.
Yeah, because the big thing, more on crit, but the more annoying thing about Barbossa is Jack dying, and by being able to freeze him, we don't have to worry about it at all. But you'll see here that KHFan stands still for these first, or you run back for the second wave.
I run back just to consistently kill them with 2 fires because sometimes the positioning is really weird.
Yeah, but the reason he moves back is just another kind of positioning manipulation where we want Chicken Little to whistle, and by moving back, it will make it more likely that he will.
Yeah. And actually, I use Chicken Little's FPS just so I could get 3 more experience points for my summons.
Yeah, we change our customizes here. We want Goofy on party attack for Agrabah pretty much, and we want Donald and Sora attack on Donald on Sora attack for Agrabah as well.
Yeah.
Fun fact, since Jack leaves our party after this, we get all his items, so we don't have to manually take them. That's more important for crit, but on beginner you get like a bunch of potions.
Yeah, I don't think he has any ethers.
Yeah, it's potion, so it doesn't really matter, but it's still.
It's just it's cool, yeah.
Yeah, when your party members leave your party, you do get all of their items. It's like that takes occurrence in Beast Castle as well, except I think, but that's in second visit, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I'm already level 17. This is, I have so much EXP.
The reason why KHFan got that chest there is because we need at least 1 synth item. We could bank on getting a drop, but by picking up a synth item when we go to the Moogle later, he will give us an elixir, which is useful. I would say the route is fairly optimized, but I wouldn't say world record necessarily is at the moment.
Yeah, it's still very fast, but it could be. There's still some optimizations that need to be made.
Yeah. But yeah, a few things Chicken Little does is he'll magnet, he can throw a baseball, he can throw firecrackers. He also gives you kind of a lifesteal effect. And that's actually really important on things like crit. A lot of things on beginner we can just kind of ignore because we don't need them, but that is a cool little aspect of Chicken Little. He'll also potion you when you're low HP, but that's at the cost of drive bars. So right here, KHFan is opting to fight this ambush here. It gives us more experience, money. It also can give us a chance at an ether drop, but on beginner that usually doesn't happen.
Yeah. And it's not very important to get an ether drop here, especially since I got Trinity-less. I saved 2 ethers already.
Yeah.
Oh my, what are you doing, Chicken Little? There you go. I already have level 18.
Oh, you run? Okay, so you still run to the back here. Okay. So he's gonna try and get Chicken Little to whistle them, and then he's gonna use Blizzard. You can use like up to 2 ethers on this fight, especially since he saved some on OC. But we don't want to MP charge here on like critical mode. he's actually gonna move to the backside of the boat here, because the spawns just end up being closer to this side, and we want to be away from the shadows.
Yeah, Chicken Little's not doing a great job of sucking these guys in. Oh, okay. Just gonna pop this.
Yeah, this fight's very hard to do optimally, just because you have to rely on Chicken Little a lot. And if he baseballs them, like, baseballing is probably the worst thing you can do in this fight. If we could disable it, we probably would, because it sends the pirates flying for some reason, and it can also, like, just send them flying into the shadows, which means you can't hit them at all. And it's just very awkward.
I don't know what just happened. But the animation just did not go through for some reason, even though
it's stuck.
Yeah, I guess I got
stuck. Yeah, you got stuck on the air pirate.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, we made it. Yeah, sometimes the enemies just like to knock you out of the RC a bunch of times, and if the barrels explode, you kind of just die and you have to do it all over, and it doesn't take that much time for them to actually explode. So if you get hit out like 3 times, it might explode. And I'm just gonna grab 2 AP boosts
for movement and damage here later on. Picking up a few AP boosts because beginner mode.
Yeah. So on Barbossa, I'm gonna do 2 full ground combos in Valor, and that gets his revenge value to like just a certain point. If we do like any more hits to him, he just starts retaliating, and the strat just doesn't go right.
Yeah, the big thing is during Barbossa's retaliation, he bricked walls, so you can't actually like do anything except guard him, because you can't freeze him either. So KHFan got a pretty good positioning here, so Barbossa shouldn't fall into the shadows at any point, so you should be able to freely blizzard him.
Yeah. That was good. Okay.
We're just gonna kind of push him to the other side of the room because that's the nicest corner for us. And well, he didn't even make it over there.
Yeah, he kind of just dies so fast because you do so much damage.
Yeah, forget beginner is crazy.
Yeah, this is another one of the kind of scary Gummi missions. I need to pay attention for pretty much the whole thing.
Let's go.
There's an enemy at the end. I don't even remember what it's called. But
I don't know any of the Gummi shit.
I know some of them because I knew some of them from when I did the Gummi missions like 100%. But I don't know. There's one at the end that just does a lot of damage, and if you're like below like half health by the time you get there, he can easily kill you.
Yeah, he'll just hit you and then he'll be bounced around into more hits. So we generally try to sit in the middle of the screen, but
yeah,
that doesn't always work.
Yeah, and I'm kind of just trying to dodge everything, and coming up the one enemy is gonna show up, and basically I just want to stay in the middle and dodge all of this stuff, and I usually try to kill him, just cause.
Yeah, in Agrabah we're gonna level up Wisdom Form to level 3, and that gives us quick run and base Sora, which is just faster movement in general. It's gonna save us time over the course of the rest of the run. And the reason we do this in Agrabah is just because I think we would do this. We would use Wizard Form in Agrabah anyway, probably for movement. Like it's just the fastest way to do it, and we can easily kill enough Heartless to get that. Because if you didn't know, Wizard Form levels up by killing Heartless.
Okay.
Like I think optimally you would do it in like Port Royal or something, but it's just really hard to like reflect things consistently in that world to get enough experience.
Yeah. It's just really easy to kill stuff in Agrabah, and the one forced fight has there's like the time fight in Cave of Wonders has a bunch of fiery globes and icy cubes, and they all die with a single reflect. So you can just kill a bunch of them. And right here I'm just gonna die. It's like 7 seconds faster. There's a strat where you'd use Trinity.
But yeah, the big reason we want Goofy on party attack and Donald on Sora attack here, and for Goofy to have no potions, is just to die here. We do all that setup just for this. If Goofy was on Sora attack here, he would stand next to Sora and block all the bandits' attacks, and it's really hard to die. So we party attack him so he's just off in the corner doing his own thing. We want Donald to attack on Sora attack so he's not hitting the bandits, and also during falling segment he isn't hitting enemies. Because this messes with the retaliation, since we'll be using Reflect for a lot of it.
Okay. And I customized Reflect because I'm gonna be using that like pretty much throughout the whole game. And then I also put Aladdin on Sora attack so he doesn't do anything and doesn't mess up like the grinding right here and all the other fights in this world.
You put on item boost?
Yeah, instead of putting our guard there, I actually put on item boost so that I can only have to use 2 Ethers and Scar.
Oh right, okay.
And then I switch back to guard later.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
There's actually an AP boost here that we have to pick up.
I just wanted to kill that guy for safety. Oh god, what is going on? Okay, I got level 2 there. I just want to be safe. Because even if you don't get level 2 there, it's very easy to get level 3 by the end of the world, but it cuts it really close sometimes.
Not really worth the risk.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk right now.
But yeah, we will. This does add 3 anti-points to our counter, and we're at 5. We will start to have a chance at anti-form. But fortunately, we don't. Or the way it's routed, we reset our anti-points right at limit form and master form, so we don't go too long with high anti-points.
So I'm gonna hit like one of these enemies because there's gonna be like the fiery globes or icy cubes. I'm gonna hit them once, and it actually baits out their attack. And then if I reflect it, I can just kill all of them. And you want both Sora and Aladdin on Sora attack so they don't mess this up.
You want Sora on Sora attack?
Yes. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
I said Aladdin and
Sora. You meant Donald, but you said Sora. Anyway.
yeah. That guy gave me the wrong attack, but it's fine.
You the right attack.
Oh, I'm supposed to guard that, aren't I?
Yeah.
I don't know what I just did.
So you have to reflect it.
I did this really weirdly. Okay. Whatever. As long as I can get this Trinity here, it's fine. So basically, I'm gonna reflect. I'm gonna kill the one. I don't even know what these guys are called. I'm gonna kill the one of them.
Fortune tellers.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna reflect and then Trinity, so that I lock onto this guy and I bring the reflect to him and kill him.
Give me strength.
You've received an invitation.
I know people always invite me to parties. And then, yeah, I'm just going to be using what to reflect in this fight, just to... I just want to bait out these guys' attacks. And all of these guys that I kill is just EXP towards Wisdom.
So yeah, as you can see, there's just so many enemies here. It's really fast to level up to level 3.
Yeah, and then I reflect into Trinity. And if I do my Trinity right, I can kill them just with the Trinity. Just like that. It's possible to kill them with only using 2 parts of the Trinity, but it's risky, and I kind of gave up on just doing that.
Yeah, you can actually one-part it, but that's like super insane.
Okay. So I just put on Aerial Finish and Quick Run, and then on Donald I put Cure back on and put Comet on him, so I can use Comet right here.
So one unique thing about the Donald limits is we have free control over Sora while the limit is going on. We can't do any reaction commands, but you can still combo normally, which is actually really good, especially in later fights with that player. Like, Comet gives us iframes while giving us a little extra damage to break apart these twin and fire and ice levels. And we use Valor Form to just finish them off.
I actually dropped that combo and it ended up being faster.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because if Donald doesn't thunder there, since he's on Sora attack, you would be like 1 HP short. But if you just do like square, or like square, then like a full combo, it's like super fast.
Okay. And then this is the last Gummi mission for a while. There's another one you can AFK for part of it, but it's not as lenient as a couple of the other ones.
You can basically AFK up until the final boss, and as long as you never get hit by the boss of this Gummi mission, you're like pretty good, but
yeah,
you know, it's probably not worth the risk.
Yeah, I usually don't. I'm usually here in this one because I take breaks during some of the other ones. So pretty much when I get into Halloween Town, is this going to be another force fight where I'm going to die? Because it's so much faster to die since you actually take a decent amount of damage at this point in the game. And I'm gonna be summoning Genie just because I don't want my party members with me. Because if they hit the enemies, they won't kill me. And fighting that fight out actually takes like over a minute, and it saves so much time just to die.
Yeah, that's one of the force fights where like there's just so many enemies. Like I don't know why there's that many enemies. And the big thing is they're all spread out, and you don't even have like Magnet yet to keep them all together.
Yeah. Because if we had something like Magnet at this point, it might actually be like better to fight it out because of the amount of EXP you get.
Yeah, but unfortunately we don't get Magnet until the end of Oogie, so
yeah. One more world without it. And Magnet is pretty broken in this game.
Magnet by itself isn't that overpowered.
Yeah.
But when you combine it with things like Major Drive and you just like hit him in and out of the magnet over and over,
Yeah.
it does pretty insane damage and gives you a lot of Trinity damage.
Yeah. When you combine Magnet with a lot of different things, it becomes broken.
Magnet, yeah. Magnet is. I love Magnet as a spell. Like, even though Reflect is probably more broken, I love Magnet because Magnet just has so many combinations of things like Magnet Finishing Lead, Magnet Explosion, Magnet Major Drive. Like,
Yeah.
it just combos so well with so many different abilities. And, like, by itself is not too strong.
Yeah, because by itself it does barely anything. It just keeps the enemies together.
It all, since we're talking about Magnet also has this unique property of going straight to your finisher.
Yeah.
And the big reason that matters is because Crit has a finishing plus here, so they're able to like Magnet into Finishing Leap because those are both finishers. Beginner does not have that finishing plus, so we can't Magnet Finishing Leap or Magnet into a second finisher at all until we get Rumbling Rose after 1k Heartless.
Let's go.
And I want... There's two different attacks these guys can do. I want them to do this blue attack where they jump and, like, not this. I don't want them to do this. Okay.
What's the vertical one, not the horizontal?
Yeah. This nice big blue one that does a lot more damage. And here you can see Quick Run just is a lot faster than walking. And we don't have to drive for him anymore, so we can save any points or save our drive for other things. And then there I took Jack's Ethers, and then I put on some AP boost so I could equip Finishing Leap. At this point in the game in KH2 English, you'd actually have Explosion, but they switched it to what you get from Twin Lords is actually Finishing Leap. So it changes a lot of fights in this game.
Yeah, Explosion, especially with Magnet, just becomes so powerful. Explosion also is really good at hitting revenge values. So it's probably a little easier to control bosses if you know how revenge value works.
I actually ended the limit and got out of it before I finished that fight. Just because I think it saves a little bit of time just at the ending animation. Something
We also
like that.
used Jack's limit to suck in those toy boxes because we don't want to go kill them individually, and it just groups them together for us.
Yeah.
Jack's
actually
limit is
bodies.
probably one of the strongest non-Donald or Goofy limits in the game.
Yeah. So there, I actually had to stop at the shop and buy ethers. In regular 90% you wouldn't do that, but because this is all worlds, I'm going to be using extra ethers in places, and I need more at this point. Like, not at this point, but before I'd get to the other point where I buy them in any percent.
Wait, any percent? Where do you buy them in any percent?
I wait until Xigbar.
Oh, okay, because if you get Trinity, unless you have just enough to get through Roxas. So there's a bit of RNG at the start of Prison Keep where you can eat one of the 3 kids, and KHFan with the Reflex, who's going to be a little short on damage. But yeah, ideally you want Barrel in first phase, and then you want Lock in second phase. It doesn't change too much about it. It's a lot easier to deal with those two, because Shock can go up really high up into the air and just be really hard to hit. So KHFan wasn't able to hit the HP gate, so Prison Keeper is going to eat this 3rd kid, and this actually can use up to like 10 to 15 seconds. Right here we want to get into like right around 1.5 bars, and then bring him down with Dance Call to finish him off.
Yeah. With Dance Call, if you alternate between the triangle move and the circle move, or it's actually X in this, but yeah, if you alternate between Jack's attack and Sora's attack, you can chain a lot of damage together. And here I'm gonna save warp again because it's just faster.
It's also easier to get the AP boost because you don't have to go around the
Yeah,
wall.
it just makes everything easier and faster. Yeah.
Nice views above.
Yeah, you might not think that it's faster to just go through like one room. Or you might think it's faster to just go to one room with that quick run, but since it's a downward slope and you have to kind of fall down every time, you actually do lose quite a bit of time because of that. So the Oogie fight here is it's pretty set. Like this fight only has about a little RNG at the very start of the fight. But since he has hard HP barriers where he'll go immune and go back up to his what is that called? His seat.
His whatever, yeah.
Yeah, we can't really speed up this fight. We just have to go through all 3 phases.
That was a very interesting way of doing that. I don't know. That just kind of happened. Basically, you just want to do one air combo, but I did a ground combo. Yeah, I did do the blizzard just to hit his HP gate.
So yeah, you can use sound cues for this fight. Everything he says, except for like right after a transition, will be projected. But the second and third phase are actually extremely consistent on what he does. He will always do the same attacks in the same order if you do the same thing every time as well.
Yeah.
The only real RNG is which platform he goes to.
But it doesn't matter.
Which presents you get. You just have to pay attention.
Yeah.
You don't need that box.
Okay, I did not get one frame trick.
Yeah, there's a small thing there where if you hit triangle right on the frame where it flashes blue for a second, you can move over to the middle platform and not have Oogie won't spawn those presents and you just move right over. Probably saves you around 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's harder to get in 60 FPS compared to 30 because you have half the amount of time to get it, and it's already a very, very small window.
Yeah, funny enough, like my first 3 runs, I got it 3 times in a row, and since then, I don't think I've gotten it.
I've gotten it 1 time on PS4. Okay, there's a little bit of RNG there. He can go all the way to the right platform again, but you just have to pay attention and see what he does.
Yeah, you always move to the middle as fast as possible because you
Yeah.
always go there, obviously. But if you have enough time to just move over to the right transition again.
Okay, and then you just finish him off with 2 air combos. Okay, and then we got Magnet. Gonna be using that a
dying on
lot.
that fight is actually one of the longest deaths that can lose you time in this game. Like you can lose up to 3 minutes depending on when you die in that fight, just because there's no way to really do it fast.
Yeah. In this force, so I'm just gonna whip out Chicken Little again, just because I just wanted to suck on all the enemies. Since I can't use Magnet Finishing Leap to chain those finishes together yet, I still have to use Chicken Little.
Yeah, Chicken Little is just our best way of crowd control until we can actually magnet into finishing lead.
How did that happen? I don't know. Chicken Little has weird properties in 60 FPS.
Yeah, our big goal here is to make sure the berserkers don't start jamming. Getting hit there, wouldn't do it. So yeah, KHFan opting to limit here, because it has iframes and it can also attack the berserkers through their DM.
And it doesn't matter that I lose drive because I get it back since I'm finishing a world.
Yeah, that's something. One thing we haven't really mentioned, but every time you finish a world, it does replenish your drive. So losing it there doesn't matter. We also get limit form, which resets our anti points, but that's not such a big deal because we get master form in like a world.
Yeah.
Or not even like a couple minutes of movement.
Oh no! You're right, Chipper.
We also got Oathkeeper there, which we actually do use in this speedrun.
Yeah.
Because it has the highest magic stat at the time, and we can use it in Pride Lands for its magic stat. The ability on the Keyblade, interestingly enough, is Drive Boost, but we don't use any Drive forms in Pride Lands.
Yeah, I think I did that right. That's like a little strat. You just use 4 fires to get across that gap.
Forward.
Oh, I wasn't?
Yeah, you need to hold forward to actually move the distance.
It's okay, I still made it.
You made it, yeah, but it's like you can reach.
You've reached Cloud. I thought that was kind of off. But yeah, the reason we go Wisdom here instead of just using regular Quick Run is because Wisdom has Quick Run level 2 right now, which is a little bit faster than Quick Run level 1. And we'll get our drive back when we go to Space Paranoid, so it doesn't matter that we're using drive right now. And I'm actually going this way, like the right path, which takes a little bit longer. I need to grab this AP boost. So it's not that much out of the way, but it's still that path going that way takes slightly longer.
A big reason we're able to get to Hollow Bastion in only 2 hours is skipping cutscenes. There's what, like 13 hours of cutscenes in this game alone.
Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes.
Or it's like 9 to 10. And with the speedrun, it takes like 13 or 14 hours.
Yeah, yeah. So this mini in the game right here, I can actually, like, if I'm next to the right block, I can actually, instead of hitting it, I can just, like, end this by hitting it with a drive explosion. And it's a lot easier than hitting it. And then I can also just use the Wisdom form movement after, so it's faster.
Yeah, it's where this block requires you to hit it with the finisher. But the drive explosion does work, but magic, like, non-finishers don't count.
Yeah, it's really
like,
weird.
You have to hit a magic finisher, even though magic generally counts as a finisher in terms of executing a boss.
Yeah, and then since I'm getting mass form right here, the couple drive points that I accumulated are gone now. Like, the anti points that I accumulated are gone. And we reset once again.
And this will be actually our last reset until we, or our last full reset until we go anti-form.
I'll be going anti-form twice. Yeah.
And going after it twice should reset us back to 0, but you do have to go anti-form twice for that.
Oh god, this is very slow. Okay. I went around like 2 extra turns. But yeah, this fight is like, it's very dangerous on crit, but beginner, you don't really have to worry. And there's a couple movement techs that I'm gonna go for. They save like kind of a second each, and I'm just gonna start setting up for that right now. I want both of these green guys next to me, and there's a blue guy that's gonna come up, and I want to knock him away so that he doesn't mess it up. and he's gone, and then I can just do that. Okay, I kind of went into the wall, but it still flung me to the right, which is what I wanted to do. And there's 2 more instances where I can get that to happen, so hopefully I can get them and show that off, like, for real. There you go. That's how it's supposed to work. Little movement, little boost. And there's also a 3rd place you can do that, but it's a lot harder to get it in the 3rd place, just because it's harder to set up.
Yeah, you can consistently get 2 of them.
Yeah, and I didn't get it. And you also have to have one of those white guys do the right attack where he guards.
Yeah, generally you won't see people go for the 3rd one just because it's like all 3 of them together probably save you like maybe 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But getting 2 is pretty good as well.
Yeah, that menu, I don't really know the right inputs, but I put on Magnet over the potion, and then I took Tron's Ether, and I unequipped Aerial Finish, because I don't need that long finisher animation right now, and I just put on Flash Step, which is kind of like Slide Dash, but it works slightly differently, where you do 2 hits, and it doesn't work from as far of a range.
Yeah, Slide Dash is considered a long-range attack, Flash Step's considered a mid-range attack. We'll also get a thing called Slapshot later on, which is considered a close-range attack. All of these abilities are based off how far Sora is away from his enemy when you try to attack. Flash Step is also a really good ability because it just staggers, like, everything. Flash Step is also a unique ability to 2FM.
Yeah.
So right here we're actually going to grind a bit of experience. Since beginner gets so much experience, we aren't going to be here for too long.
And also since this is all worlds, I can end like 500 experience earlier because of fighting stuff in Pride Lands 1.
Right. But so normally you would, like, super safe is 1500 to level 23. But you know, you could end that at like 2k or probably 2500 if you really wanted to. Yeah, we're gonna still using Chicken Little for our crowd control, and we're going to be doing 2 hits in the finishing loops just because that's our
1800 is perfectly fine. And just barely wasn't over a minute, but 59 is good.
So yeah, we want as much experience as we can get, but we don't want to lose too much time. So, you know, I would say anything above 50 in terms of any percent numbers is like okay. You can still get above a minute in any percent, but it's like that's like very reliant on Chicken Little and just spawns.
Yeah. This next fight is actually one of my favorite fights in the run, just because of how like cool and fun it is to pull off. I'm just gonna be using a combination of like Comet and hitting him at the right times to break his HP barriers.
Yeah, we'll actually use another position manipulation where we cause hostile programs trying to attack us while we have ice range. But instead of flying away from us like he normally would, he'll just fly straight back into the wall, which lets all the Comet rain hit him. Lets us hit his first HP gate as well. That you can see by breaking his pauldron. We'll go Massive Form for draw, and so we can freeze him. And then we'll do a series of Massive Form hits to do damage. And we'll also use a Thunder here, just to delay the finisher, so we can get as many orbs as possible out of hostile program before he runs away from us.
And then just use Comet right here at the end just to finish him off. Because if you freeze him and you just do air combos, you won't have enough damage, and you just want that Comet for that little bit of extra damage to kill him.
But yeah, that fight probably gives a lot of people casually a bit of trouble just because he keeps moving. It's really hard to get to him, and there's a lot of things that hit you. But yeah, the speedrun strat is pretty nice.
Pretty cool. And it's actually the same as X strat on crit, just you just have to use your extra finisher.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So we're going into Hollow Bastion 3. This is kind of like the mid-game gauntlet plot twist kind of thing, if you want to call it that. So we're going to just be doing a lot of fights, really, typically. Right here, we still can't Magnet Finishing Leap, so we have to Magnet Thunder into Finishing Leap. We're actually going to use Donald's Comet to get us back to 3 drive.
Oh, that still hit me. Nice.
The reason we want 3 drive is because we want to summon Chicken Little. He helps us finish off this fight, and having Chicken Little out here, wow, will since the next room we enter won't have party members, Chicken Little will be dismissed and we'll have full drive again, which is important coming up.
Yeah, it actually doesn't work like that for this fight.
Yeah, so this fight, we will have party members in the next room, so even though we have Chicken Little out, we do have to dismiss him in the near the end of the fight, so we can get back up to at least 4 drive or near 4 drive, so we can do a certain strat on Demyx. I'll go ahead and start explaining Demyx now.
Okay.
The delay, but so Demyx is probably one of the first fights where you'll see us really abusing limit form and his revenge value. So Demyx will retaliate after a finishing leap combo and 2 Zantetsugens. Revenge value is just kind of a hidden meter on if you do a certain amount of attacks on the boss, they'll retaliate automatically. So what we do here is we force him to retaliate with limit form so that we can reflect. And when he's retaliating, he actually has super armor, so he can't be staggered. And we can use Comet on him without him flying in the air. Right now, KHFan is using water clones. He's gonna get to like right around 30, and then use Trinity. The reason we do this is because Trinity gets all the hits on the water clones, and we can use the finisher on Demyx right at the end for big damage. So yeah, he's gonna finishing leap into limit form. And Zantetsuken into R's. If you don't do the very last hit of R's, you actually don't add any revenge value during all the bashes beforehand, and it keeps him staggered. And you can actually chain R's into Zantetsuken's over and over if you had enough MP for it. But yeah, right there, you saw that he hit the revenge value, was able to just Comet Rain him without Demyx flying in the air. There's a lot going on in that fight, and like, it's probably one of the hardest fights to understand when you're first trying to learn the game, just because like there's a lot of mechanics you haven't really had to deal with. And even casually, a lot of people have a lot of trouble at Demyx just because he's such a hard fight if you don't understand.
That was very
how to
fast.
control
They
him.
all just completely lined up into my Rising Sun. But basically the silver like robot guys, they wanna, or like armor knight guys, whatever they are, they give you this RC called Rising Sun, and you just wanna spam it just to kill everything. That's still something good. Okay. But basically, if I magnet and then use Trinity, it knocks the enemies in and out, so it does a lot of damage. And you want to use it on the Morningstar because he has so much HP. Oh, this shadow hit me, and then Liam killed him. Oh yeah, I don't have guard on. I keep forgetting that. Oh, I got that. Cool. Awesome.
So yeah, right at the end of FF fights, we'll fight with Cloud. We'll actually use that room to... Wow.
That was really fast.
Did you get that RC?
It gave it to me. It gave it to me. Oh god.
But yeah, we level up limit form by using full limits. You have to use the correct finisher in like Ragnarok, or use the entire thing. But we want to get level 2 limit form. The reason we want level 2 is because we need that extra drive bar to be able to do 2 Zantetsugens and 2 Arzes without reverting early. And we're going to need that for Roxas and a few other fights. So we're actually just going to let Cloud do his business while we level up limit form here. If you throw an ether before you use a limit in limit form, you can actually use the limit before the ether lands on Sora's head. So you lose the MP, but then the ether instantly refills it to full. allowing you to get 3 limits off, even though you'd normally only be able to do 2.
I need to grab this torn page. Okay, so the only thing I do something extra there for All Wars, I just put on Oathkeeper because you need that for Pride Lands, and then I just put on Goofy's Jackpot so we get more money.
Yeah, and the reason why we're actually leaving right now to go to Pride Lands is, if we beat 1000 Heartless right now, the battle level of all the worlds will increase, and Scar gets a significant increase to his HP. Since we aren't going to do any that much extra leveling compared to an 80%, we want to do him now while he has the lower HP. If you were to do a category like Gold Crown or JJ, you would actually save Pride Lands 1 for later because he would just be at such a higher level that you could easily kill him, even though his HP is higher.
Yeah. And then the only reason I put on Oathkeeper was because it has like 3 extra magic. I think you explained this earlier, but it has 3 extra magic,
Yeah.
and then this is, and at this point in the game, your magic set actually matters. Like, you're not being scaled yet, so that 3 extra magic increases your damage significantly.
And it lets us like kill the hyenas really fast.
Yeah, and also speeds up Scar a lot.
Yeah, like you'll see us just do massive damage to Scar. But Pride Lands is a pretty simple world, actually. There's only like 3 fights we have to do in it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of running around.
It's a lot of running.
And they don't give you like something to speed up your running until like halfway through the world.
And we actually do save warp, right?
Mm-hmm, we do.
Yeah. But yeah, there's also a torn page in this world that KHFan needs to pick up. You can pick it up now or in the second visit, but we do need to pick it up eventually.
I just pick it up now because if I
Yeah.
try to do it second visit, I'll forget.
Yeah, well, if you forget, you can do it in second visit, because I think I've almost forgotten it here.
Yeah. Like, it works out because, like, to save warp, you have to go towards it anyway.
Yeah.
This is another Gummi mission where I kind of have to pay attention because for some reason I can't dodge everything like I could on PS2. So I kind of started killing stuff just to be safe. Because there's like all the like projectile attacks that on PS2 I was normally able to dodge, and for some reason I can't dodge them on PS4. But yeah, the first fight of Pride Lands is like right when you get in there on the two dinosaurs. I don't know what they're called. The wrecking bones, living bones.
Living
yeah,
bones?
the living bones. So it's just sometimes the names they just I can't remember. But yeah, you'll be able to see if they do the right thing. You'll be able to see how broken my damage is going to be because of Oathkeeper. Okay, yeah, that can be scary because if you get knocked into like one of those exploding things, you can get hit by a bunch of them and die. Okay. And right here, I want these 2 living bones to run towards me so I can magnet them, and then I just gotta spam Blizzard. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, my Blizzard does a lot of damage to them, and that's just how all your magic is. Because of Oathkeeper, you used to do a lot of damage. And luckily your strength stat isn't bad, so your physical hits do actually do a little bit of damage. But we just primarize magic. I don't know, that's not a word, but we primarily use magic. And because we don't have the dash ability, you kind of just have to run slow, like walk slowly through everything. Yeah, prioritize would have been the good word to use there. Yeah. And then now it just gave me dash, so I can speed this up a little bit.
Pressing square makes you go fast?
I thought triangle was supposed to make you go fast.
Nah.
Yeah, luckily the second visit of this world, you don't have to actually run through the whole world like this. It teleports you around.
That's why I get so confused in the second visit. I'm just like, wait, where am I?
Yeah.
The Oasis? What?
I have to remember what I have to do in this menu because it's a couple things. Take Simba's ethers, make sure both Donald and Goofy on Sora attack, and then take his auto limit off. Yeah.
Yeah. And equip Circle of Life, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Go this way. Gotta grab this torn page, and then we're gonna save warp. Oh god, please go to the save point.
So yeah, similar to other fights, we want Goofy and Sora, or Goofy. God, you're making me say it now. Goofy and Donald on Sora attack, so they're not hitting the enemies, because it does screw up. Where are you going?
What?
You're just like drifting around the save point.
I couldn't get there. It just wasn't happening.
Yeah, we save warp here because it is actually less room transitions to get back, and just like less distance to get back to Pride Rock. But yeah, we don't want Donald and Goofy interfering.
They all ran right towards me. Nice. Okay, but if you magnet them, they just all will retaliate, and they can get by this reflect. And you can see that major damage it's doing.
But yeah, the way the hyenas work is when you hit them with reflect, they only have one retaliation they can do, which will always be jump back and then charge you. So you can just loop them like this infinitely until you kill them.
It's kind of funny seeing three hyenas just in the magnet like that. It looks really weird. This is a strange game. Okay, this is Scar. I can actually DM skip him if he's nice to me.
Yeah, so for the first part of the fight, KHFan is just going to try and reflect on a lot of its attacks.
Okay, this is a lot of damage.
And we want to get him to right above 2 bars? Okay. Okay. So he landed a reflect right before he went into DM.
This is so much damage. This is so much damage, dude. Easy DM skip. Oh god, that was a lot of damage. Like going for that extra reflect was really risky.
Yeah. So he reflected right into the. Basically, you want to start it right before 2 bars, but KHFan was able to land a reflect before.
I think it was because he was doing the thunder attack, the lightning attack.
So yeah, basically what you can do there is you can throw 2 ethers, if you have item boost or monochrome on.
Yeah.
And you can get MP back based on how you throw the ethers, you get MP back right as you finish the limit. So then you can use another limit right after the first one. Keep Scar staggered, and he never has a chance to DM.
Yeah.
So this is 1K Heartless. We're going to be abusing the security bot reaction command.
Yeah, this is like the worst fight in the game in terms of RNG.
Yeah, this is one of the few fights where like you can actually lose a lot of time and not be entirely your fault. But we're just gonna try and keep track of one security bot and use him over and over to wipe out these enemies.
Yeah, there are a couple things you can do to try to position things right to keep it going pretty quick, and you can also thunder the surveillance robot if he charges up like this to immediately just bait out his RC. And you want to kind of keep him in the center.
Yeah, this is one of the few fights where there's no like easy strat for it. You just have to kind of know how to react to each situation. And there's a lot of situations since there's so many enemies on the screen. But yeah, you'll notice big differences between like a super experienced runner and a newer runner in this kind of fight.
Yeah. I don't know, this is one of those fights where I've been running this for years and I still have issues with this sometimes because it just kind of screws me up. And I just can't react to what it gives me sometimes.
Yeah, because even though we're on beginner, like since we don't want to use cure because it uses all of our MP. We don't have any potions equipped, so our only ways to heal are like limit form and cure. And if we run out of both of those and get chained by a bunch of the security bots, then we can easily die.
I like how thundering him with Oathkeeper was faster just because of the magic set.
What if you accidentally killed your security bot?
I guess sometimes help.
Oh, thundering there.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, that was a very, very fast 1K.
A photo and some ice cream.
Riku?
Yup.
Just this feeling. Hey,
So yeah, now we're into the second visits of the game. This is like the last third, except we have all worlds, so it's
So
not
there's
really a
some
third.
extra stuff, yeah.
But we're going to Beast Castle first
Yeah.
to grab a Keyblade called Rumbling Rose.
Yeah. I actually went over to the right there and went into that room just so I'd be able to go into that save point later, because it saves a significant amount of time.
Yeah, if we didn't open that up when we came back, we'd be teleported to Beast's room, and that's just no bueno.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna magnet Major Drive them just because it does a lot of damage, and then the Trinity builds up hits. And I also just wanted to wait for them to attack me so that I could reflect and then magnet just to get off even more damage, and make sure that they're all in the magnet so they all get hit equally. And then I'm just gonna make my way over to Beast's room so I can get Rumbling Rose, and then just leave the world and come back later.
Yeah, Rumbling Rose actually gives us finishing plus that we mentioned earlier, which just lets us do 2 finishers, and it's crazy how convenient that just makes things.
I need him, okay. Okay, that menu screws me up because I have to take off item boost and put on guard, which we wouldn't normally do in any percent. And I also now need Donald there for Duck Flare later, because something we haven't even talked about yet is there's something called Duck Flare, one of Donald's limits, and it does a lot of damage in this game for some reason, and the Japanese version doesn't do it, and the original version of 2FM doesn't. Duck Flare does not do that much damage either, and we're going to be getting that very soon.
Every English release of 2FM has it for some reason, and we don't know why. And
Yeah.
it's not like it's something that can be missed, like it's very obvious, so we don't know why it hasn't been patched out, or like, so it seems intentional at this point, but I'm still not sure.
Yeah. And this is the first Grim Reaper. I'm going to be doing a very specific set of combos so that I can like keep him from teleporting like the minimum amount of times and then be able to kill him in master form. I actually wanted to keep him in this corner just because it's a lot easier for me to combo him when he's in a corner and make my blizzards hit him. Oh wait, that's the thing. I have an extra.
Oh yeah.
I have extra freaking magic.
Yeah.
I
But
did not
so
mean to do
Grim
that.
Reaper is a unique fight because he actually reacts more on flinch count rather than revenge value. So by using Blizzard there, we can actually keep him damaged without him teleporting around, without him hitting the flinch count.
Yeah. Normally you'd kill him without him teleporting that last time, but I hit the wrong button. And then, yeah, I grabbed Peter Pan because you can use him to stun lock some enemies, some bosses and stuff later. And then I just put on Horizontal Slash.
We kind of glossed over this, but Horizontal Slash and Finishing Leap are two combo modifiers that actually base off the square button. So in your combo, if you hit square at the correct time, you'll actually do different attacks, which actually makes combos like pretty unique in this game.
Yeah.
But horizontal is one in the air, which just like you can do two for some reason instead of one in your combo, and it has a lot of staggering power and also just does a lot of damage.
Yeah, you can actually use Horizontal Slash to stun lock bosses infinitely if you don't have like MP with Berserk Charge. It's used in some Data Org fights.
Or if you Genie cancel.
Yeah, that. Oof.
Don't want to get into that.
Yeah, no. And here you finally get to see Magnet Finishing Leap.
Yeah. So right there we can easily take care of that short duration gambler by Magnet Finishing Leap into an air combo. Because like we mentioned earlier, every hit we do that knocks him in and out of the magnet does extra damage. So by doing an air combo in the magnet, we're just destroying their HP. Yeah, we need to kill these, get these 4 medallions, just so we can, because, nice fire.
Yeah, I didn't mean to use that. But, yeah.
Oh.
And, do you want to explain Grim Reaper and, like, the comet stuff? I'm gonna try to go for.
Okay, so Grim Reaper, for his first HP gate, we're just gonna try and hit it by using a set of combos that doesn't let him teleport right away. And then he's gonna go to the middle of the room, and we're going to guard him and then use the reaction command to knock a bunch of coins out of him. We're then going to land on the ground, use 2 thunders to knock the remaining coins out of him, pick them up, put them back in the chest. And then KHFan is going to do air combos while using Comet in between the air combos to keep Grim Reaper staggered. Because even though we're hitting the flinch count, if we can keep him staggered, he won't teleport away. That's really important because every time he teleports, we lose a bit of time. And if we can keep him staggered and he never teleports, you actually save quite a bit of time in this fight. I think it's like upwards of 10 or 15. Is it 15? I'm not sure.
Could be, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to do that in the second and third phase. When he gets after the second phase, Grim Reaper will actually enter his DM where he'll suck up all 882 coins. And at that point, we'll go Master Form because each Thunder knocks out 50 coins. But in Master Form, you're actually like hitting him 3 times.
I don't know why that didn't hit his HP gate. That should have. But yeah, he had like 1 hit left.
Oh wow. But yeah, we'll hit 3 times. So we'll be knocking out 150 coins per a Thunder, which is just way faster than doing it normally. On beginner, since we don't take as much damage, we can just sit in the middle. But that's kind of dangerous at times as well. Yeah, we're just gonna thunder him around the middle here. And you can see the coins just flying out of him. This actually used to lag the PS2 version a lot, so we would look down at the ground. But PS4 doesn't have that problem.
Okay, I actually managed to unlock him there. That's pretty good.
So yeah, we can do the same thing during third phase here. And just prevent him from teleporting. And that in itself probably saves like 5 seconds in that last phase.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't teleport, then you have to run to him.
Okay, and then we also just got Duck Flare from beating Grim Reaper 2, so I'm going to be putting that to use at the end of the next world, which is Halloween Town 2. Oh no, it's this. And yeah, I just take off Comet and equip Duck Flare, because I don't want to be stumbling over Comet to try to get to Duck Flare, because I'm going to be using it a lot. Because since
You also put on...
You got it.
We also put on draw there because it just helps us pick up like empty orbs later on as well. It also affects the presence you'll be seeing in a second. Without draw, it actually is a little bit harder to pick them up. And if the enemies that spawn in the second wave pick them up, the fight just like loses you a lot of time because they have so much HP. And it's actually very easy to die to them in beginner. Right here, we actually use Duck Flare to pick up the 3 kids. Just because it pulls them all in together and keeps them staggered while we can beat them up.
And I also switched Goofy for Donald just because you can do it there without losing any time at all.
Yeah, let's wait for...
And this is actually the first time we get to see skateboards again. I'm gonna be hopping on them.
Yeah, this skateboard is actually probably like it's about the same speed as quick running across, unfortunately. And that's just because you have to go off to the side to pick up the skateboard instead of just quick running straight. But the second room is actually significantly faster. So yeah, this fight we're gonna abuse reflecting the dance hall again.
Yeah. Sometimes the presents drop like a little far away for you for draw to just instantly pick them up, so you gotta find them, and it's a little scary because the graveyards just kind of fly towards you. Yeah, you kind of sound like a robot. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of RNG, the minigame. I'm getting a really weird stuff right now. Oh, oh god, oh god, oh god. That was, yeah. This is really fast. That was probably some of the fastest presents I've ever seen. But yeah, basically you want to get green and gold boxes because they fill up a lot faster. Because they're 10 and 20 compared to like the 1s or the 5s. And then here I'm going to start with Dance Call, and I'm just going to use it to get to his first HP barrier. And then once I get to the first HP barrier, I'm not going to use the finisher of Dance Call, but I'm going to use one of my finishers to break him apart. And then I want to send them back together, and then summon Peter Pan so I can keep him sunlocked. And then I'll keep him sunlocked until I have MP back, and then I can use Duck Flare to finish him off. So yeah, for some reason Peter Pan's his attack just keeps the enemies sunlocked like this. And we used this a couple times throughout the run. And then Resist, Reflect, and then Duck Flare just ended immediately. And then Duck Flare does a lot of damage, so you just keep hitting him and then he dies.
Hello, am I still a robot?
No, you're not a robot.
Dang, I want to be a robot.
Okay. So yeah. You got to see the Duck Flare for the first time. I'm not going to be using Duck Flare at all in this world. But on the carpet ride coming up, the carpet section, this section is kind of hard because you have to magnet finishing leap certain enemies, and they kind of fly around, and it's hard to get them all killed at the same time. And try to keep this segment consistent. So I want to start this off by going down, and then because it baits them down. And then this got messed up because the magnet's all the way down here. And I kind of, yeah, since they didn't get in the magnet, I could kind of chase them around.
Yeah, so the big thing about this fight is since you're on a 3D plane now, or you have the up and down axis, your magnet can just be too low or too high. And if you're targeting the wrong way, it's just really hard to deal with it.
Yeah. And the carpet doesn't control the greatest.
Yeah, like
so it just makes it harder.
if you tap up and then hit magnet, you'll like continue going up, so you'll like rise above your magnet. It's really hard to control this thing consistently.
And then you just want to hit Jafar every time he stops, and then the last time it needs to be a finisher, so you use a thunder. Okay. This fight is a little more consistent than the other one, but it's still hard to keep it right. That was still good. I like to go up towards the top because then they're kind of like everything's kind of close to there's like an invisible barrier at the top, and since everything's kind of close to it, everything kind of just stays, I don't know, like in like magnet and where you want it a little more like consistently, and I don't know. And then these switches, you just gotta use magic on them. And we actually used to do these a different way. We used to, there's the third one over here that you've put fire on. We used to do that one first. It's actually faster to do it last and come down and do it. I did not mean to do that like that. But I got it, okay. There's a torn page here. I have to remember to grab that. So usually there's a, what?
You're gonna grab the map on accident.
The map's on the right, the torn page is on the left.
Okay. Well, you know.
Yeah. But usually there's a Crimson Jazz that follows you there, so if I had done that fire at the wrong time with the Crimson Jazz there, he kind of would have just started hitting me. And it would have been a lot harder to get the fire off onto the switch. But I kind of got lucky. This is just an auto-scroller where you're just kind of trying to get EXP. You want to have level 30 by the end of it because it's a strength boost. And I have more than enough EXP, so I should be fine.
Yeah, level 30 helps us out on Jafar and Xaldin. And that's the big reason we delayed Xaldin until now. Or until after Agrabah, is because we want level 30 for the strength up for him.
So yeah, the first half of this world, well, most of this world except for the final boss, which is Jafar, isn't the greatest, but I think that it's kind of redeemed by just because I think Jafar is like one of the best bosses in the game because it's like all execution wise on you, and it's just really fun because there's like no RNG at all in the fight.
Except for when a building pushes you away because of the hitbox.
But it's just a really fun fight.
It's a very interesting fight compared to a lot of the other ones, just because it's like, I don't know. You can't really stagger him, so you're forced to kill his stomach to knock him down. But then since, like, one really unique thing about the Jafar fight is we do have sliding dash on the carpet, even though you normally don't have much combo modifiers. But the sliding dash can actually have multiple hits. So if you're mashing attack too fast, you'll cancel out your slide dash and lose like a big chunk of damage. So we have to actually egg out the slide dash all the way so that we get the most damage. So that our combos, we can kill him in a certain amount of combos. So it's actually not quite obvious, but that is what KHFan is doing. We also put on Decisive Pumpkin because it has combo boost and it is faster, just for Jafar.
Yeah, that save warp literally saves like a fraction of a second, and I got confused, so it didn't really save time.
It saves like 2 seconds unless you go Wisdom Form. Shoutouts to Jump.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see I just did like half of his health bar in like 3 combos.
Oh my god, you got the full 4th combo too.
I got all that too. This is like as fast as it can be. I can miss with the lizard. Cool.
The puzzle pieces are essentially puzzle pieces. They're scattered throughout the world, and you can collect them. And later in the game, you can just use them to build a bunch of puzzles that give you some prizes, such as like recipes and items.
Yeah. So I still have Decisive Pumpkin on because I put it on for Jafar, and I'm actually gonna keep it on for all of Pridelands 2, which we're gonna go into right now. And it makes the hyena strat like interesting because the strat is really hard to pull off because you have to do ground finishers because Decisive Pumpkin has combo boost.
Oh, you actually go okay.
Yeah, you just go right in.
No, I mean like you actually do ground combos on the hyena still.
Yeah,
'cause I would always just do air combos because it's easier.
It is a lot easier, but there's some stuff that you can do to make it better. Like Blizzard will always stun them. I had to run in here and just talk to Rafiki real quick. And yeah, well, no good. I can't talk to him. When I first started running All Worlds, I'd always like run right past this and get confused. I'm like, where to go? It's yeah. Now I just gotta run over to the elephant graveyard, and then the hyenas. This is very. It can be a frustrating fight because they can like parry you randomly and get away from you.
You know KHFan is all world runner, just ran straight to the elephant graveyard without any like turning. I always get lost. So yeah, this fight is probably one of the most annoying fights in the world. You have 3 hyenas you need to kill. You just have to kind of chase them around. Fortunately, beginner does a lot of damage, so it doesn't take too long to kill each one, but...
It should be over here. Oh my god, I can't hit him. I'm actually gonna...
Oh my god, those 3 blizzards and he's gonna just thunder.
I didn't feel like dealing with them for the last bar, so I just kind of did that. And I was short 1 hit with that finisher. That's stupid. Okay, that wasn't that bad. I missed a lot of blizzards, but it's fine. Because normally I use the 1 ether there, so. Now we got to go back over to the Oasis, but we don't have to run all the way there because once I go in here, it'll teleport me. Nope, in the next room. No, it tells me to be all the way back. I have to run all the way there though. That's what it is.
It teleports you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're actually coming up to Ground Shaker soon.
This is one of the worst fights in the game.
The big thing about this fight is since we're doing all worlds and we aren't at a high level, we're getting scaled pretty hard at this point.
Actually, I got an extra accessory slot from the hyenas, so I just put the metal back on just for that 1 extra strength. It doesn't affect anything right here, but it makes what is it? Beast Castle, LOD, and then Olympus Coliseum faster, so.
Yeah, this is why we have to do this reaction command chain at the start. We're going to get as much damage as we can while he's falling over. And then while he's walking, we're going to do a series of air combos. And then try and get some reflect damage on the fire that spawns under us.
I don't think I did enough damage. No, I did.
Yeah, so there's a series of HP gates that you need to go through. If you can do enough damage at the start, you can actually skip this phase on top of his back the first time.
Yeah.
Where he'll go underground immediately.
When you do enough damage, he's kind of knocks you right off his back.
But since this is all world, it's actually quite a bit short on damage.
I can't see anything. I hit the HP barrier. Okay.
Yeah, so the hardest part about this fight is fighting the camera. He spawns fire that's constantly moving, and like if you have a bad camera angle, you just can't see it. And on like critical mode, it like two-shots you.
Mm-hmm. Like you're supposed to be able to hit like R2 or whatever to lock the camera in place, but it just doesn't work on this fight. Like the camera still just flies around sometimes.
You want to hit a certain HP gate to force him to do the RC chain command again, so we can knock him down, get as much damage on, and then hopefully kill him before his DM.
Okay, I'm gonna need to hit him with multiple blizzards to kill him, so that's dumb. He's gonna drop, okay.
Yeah, at this point, he won't walk around at all anymore. The rest of the fight will take place on his back, and he will just keep spinning around and doing his DM until you kill him.
And yeah, I couldn't hit him.
With the reflect.
Okay, I was able to kill him though without dying. Simba had my back. Yeah, that is one of my least favorite fights of the extra stuff in All Worlds.
Yeah, if he had timed the reflect a little better, he could have killed him right as he came out and got hit by the reflect, but he missed it. And then
if I did one more reflect, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if my combo was over if I had one more, but yeah. So yeah, now we're coming back to kill Zaldin. I'm gonna put Rumbling Rose back on so I can have the double finisher, and then Decisive Pumpkin on Valor, just because of the strength it has.
And we're actually gonna use that a bit later as well.
And I actually have one more strength here because of the metal. That's fine. And then Duck Flare just kind of obliterates them. Okay, so I'm gonna go Valor right here before the fight because I have too many points, and it actually is just easier with your Valor right away. So basically, I'm going to use 2 jumps. And just hit him real quick, just to make sure I have enough damage. And then, I only have 8 jumps here, but that's more than enough because of the extra strength. I'm actually going to revert, use the last jump, and then use Duck Flare. And then I can keep comboing while Duck Flare is hitting him, because he's sunlocked, and just do a bunch of damage. That's how much damage Duck Flare does. And then the next fight is Riku. And I want to try to get a combo with the reflect off, and then Trinity him so that I follow him, and then the reflect actually hits him, and then I want to go into limit form just so I can try to get off all the damage to kill him. Because if I hit him with a Zantetsuken in limit form, it does like a bar of damage because my strength is so high.
Yeah, the big thing about this fight is that he kind of has a brick wall where he never staggers, so he'll just kind of attack the air over and over and not care what you do. So it's hard to like manipulate him at all. You just have to kind of hit him and get as much damage as possible.
Yeah. And then I just switched Mulan for Donald because I need to use Wisdom Form here, and I also need to use a group Trinity on the next fight. Like I did a reflect there as I jumped just because it gets me a little more height and I don't have to do a ledge grab.
Yeah, one interesting thing that we mentioned earlier on the PS4 is Trinity just generates more hits because of the 60 FPS. So we're actually able to just one-part Trinity this. We used to have to magnet into Major Drive for all those extra hits and then potentially do a second part to kill them. But now we can just magnet into Ultima. Sometimes it's a little inconsistent depending on the positioning of the enemies. But as you saw, it killed almost everything except for the 2 Assault Riders.
I think it's timing based. Because usually I have it preset to Trinity and just go right into it, but I had to go down from Duck Flare, and I think that's been messing it up lately, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. And since I have the extra strength there, it just makes that even better. I had to grab the storm page. Okay, I remember at the last second. So that's all 5 of them. It's just I've had runs where I forget them, and it sucks when you have to go back and get one because it's just time lost because you forgot.
Well, this one especially because the save point is literally on the other corner of the room.
Yeah.
So we're actually gonna go Valor form here, and since we have Rumbling Rose and Decisive Bumpkin on, we still have the combo boost and the extra strength. So we're going to be able to knock down Storm Rider really quickly and then kill him while he's knocked down.
That was a weird, but yeah.
This strat actually used to be a little harder on PS2 because we didn't have this stronger Duck Flare.
Yeah, I think I can still do this.
But because we have it now, we can actually be quite a bit.
I should have enough damage.
I think if you don't end it super early, you'll be fine. Even then, you might be fine.
Yeah, it should be good.
Beyond the PS2 version, if you used to miss any damage
more
at
than
all,
enough.
you wouldn't be able to kill him.
Yeah.
But Duck Flare just.
I also have that extra
so
strength.
For error. Yeah. So now we're actually going to go to Olympus Coliseum, which is going to be our last Disney World for a while, actually. Not that long, but
yeah.
because then we're going to go to Roxas to
And there's something funny about
why do we go to Roxas?
I don't know what's going on.
Because I need 2 become 1 to get rid of my anti-points.
I was like, you don't need. Well, you mainly need that for Space Paranoids, but that doesn't matter for Atlantica and 100 Acre.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I do 100 Acre Wood and Atlantica, and then I go. That's not my thing. Actually,
anyways,
okay.
we're gonna go up to Roxas after this, but right now we're gonna deal with this. We have to do these pseudo cups, because Hercules feeling a bit down. Gotta help him out.
It's just for world map movement, time save, pretty much.
And then we're actually gonna go fight a few Dusk, and then we're gonna fight Hades.
Yeah.
OC2 is actually one of the shortest worlds, but actually does have a lot of post-game content in it, unlike a lot of the other worlds, because it has the cups.
Yeah, and then I had to quick run through this room, but there's a skateboard in the next room, so I can speed up the movement a lot. I don't just walk right through everything like the first visit. And actually, this is the first instance of Master Genie. So I'm gonna be summoning Genie. I'm gonna summon Genie in this room, just because I need time to be able to switch him to Master form, since his form, whatever form he comes out in, is random.
Yeah, so Master Genie works similarly
Oh
to
god,
like,
oh god, that's not what I wanted to do.
works very similarly to like Trinity into Major Drive.
Oh god, this is, I hit the wrong. I didn't go down twice.
But yeah, he's constantly hitting things in and out of the magnet, so you're getting a lot of
I
damage.
can just, I don't even know what I just did.
I would just go in magnet finishing.
Okay. But yeah, now I'm gonna use Master Form Genie. Oh, I don't have. Oh god. Yeah.
So now
It's actually it's very fast.
I promise it's fast.
And luckily that gives me drive back because my party members are taken away. And I can go into Hades and do this normally. So the start of Hades, you got it, you got it.
Oh, well, we actually will be abusing a lot of Duck Flare because it's so strong. We can also drive in this fight because we won't get anti-form. Or, well, not at the very start here. Sorry. This is just another hit counter thing. Reflect to get all the hits off, and then... But yeah, since we have Hercules in the party now, we won't get anti-form, so we can actually freely drive for, like, MP and damage. But primarily we'll just...
Oh god, he did that so early. This is just so close. What? That didn't go through? That sucks.
Wow, I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, I know. I thought that RC went through. It sucks.
Oh, so yeah, when Hades turns red, we can't actually do anything to him until we hit him with one of Hercules' orbs. So Hercules can actually screw up this fight a lot just by hitting Hades.
Okay.
Because it'll hit him out of your combos.
Oh, and then he did that. He's gonna DM again. That's...
Oh well, why did he go in the air though?
Because the orb hit him.
Oh wow.
Finally killed him. That sucks. That was just a really slow world. So yeah, I've never seen him actually go like red that early. Just kind of screwed up the whole fight. Now we have another Gummi mission. This would normally be the last Gummi mission of the game, but there's one before Atlantica.
Atlantica is actually the freest Gummi ship mission.
Yeah, you don't have to touch the controller at all during it. I might actually, even though this is a marathon and I shouldn't, I might actually go to the bathroom during that because I have to go really badly.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
The only situation that we could use Guardian Soul is MCP, but Reaction Boost doesn't actually affect that fight, so we just go with Decisive Pumpkin for its strength. Because we go into Valor, so we can have 2 Keyblades and have more strength. But other than that, there would be no situation where Guardian Soul would do anything. So yeah, this is just a normal Gummi mission. But actually, if you're doing like the Gummi missions for like when you're like 100%ing the game, there's actually like a secret boss at the end of this world, at the end of this Gummi mission. That's actually like really cool. It's actually one of the coolest things of this game, in my opinion. Forget what it's called. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but it's actually really cool.
Something X?
Yeah, something X. I don't remember. I can't remember the name of the enemy that it is, and it's like whatever that is, X. Riku, you should Google it real quick.
Hunter X?
Yeah, Hunter X, there you go.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Atlantica is not right before Final Xemnas. We go through Twilight Town 3, and then we fight Roxas, so we can get 2 become 1, and then we leave and do Atlantica, 100 Acre Wood, Space Paranoids, and then we beat the game. And then we do like the final boss rush, like Xigbar through the end.
Nope, chat says Atlantica's right before the world that never was KHFan.
Okay, I'll change my route. I'll change my route real quick. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, yeah. So you can actually quick run right over that plant right there. If you go in at like some odd angle, it doesn't actually work. Like I was having trouble with the other day, but.
Oh, you actually did it.
Yeah.
I think I hold R2 and just hold right, but yeah, it's kind of weird.
Okay, now I'm gonna use Master Genie again. Hopefully I don't revert. I don't dismiss him before I do it this time. Okay, he's already on that, so that's good.
But yeah, so this fight is some of the enemies react differently to how they get sucked into the magnet. So especially for the samurais, we're actually gonna have to do it a little differently by being right on top of them. The biggest problem with this fight is actually Mickey himself. if like a very rare situation occurs where Mickey decides to just hit every enemy away from you, and they're out of range of your magnet, it just makes the fight go really bad, and you can lose like 20 to 30 seconds from it. So you see KHFan.
I think he knocked it back into it. No, never mind. That should kill him.
I think it. That was
Yeah, I don't even know, but yeah. Ending it with Genie is good.
Oh yeah, so you don't want Mickey to actually touch any of them, which is why we do the fight in a certain way, but it's not 100%.
Okay.
So we're heading toward the Axel fight. Right before that, we'll have a short little fight where we just kind of beat up some nobodies. The Axel fight itself is actually really weird because unlike most fights where enemies spawn in waves, they're actually tied to different enemies. So you have to kill a certain enemy to kind of trigger the next spawn. So if Axel screws around with the fight enough and you don't kill a certain enemy until near the end, he can actually be tied to another enemy or even 2 more enemies. So we want to try and avoid that by keeping everything together in magnet. Yeah. And then we will use finishing leap and aerial spirals to get as much damage with those as possible.
I also vicinity break at the beginning just because it'll bait out their attack and I can reflect into the magnet.
Oh, Axel giving really good RNG here, actually.
Yeah.
You want him to do that like get back attack that you've seen him do near the beginning of the game, because he just hits everything in and out of your magnet.
Oh, that was very fast.
Which still applies.
Yeah. I could have still used another magnet. Usually I'm out of MP by the time I'm finishing that up.
You didn't even like get that many reflex. That was pretty crazy.
Axel just destroyed them all.
You didn't even get 3 try.
I know.
So normally we would wisdom to Roxas here, but can't.
Well, actually I don't because you can only do 2 extra drive forms for movement, and I already did my 2.
Is that an all worlds thing?
No, that's an 80% thing.
You don't. But you anti-form twice.
Oh well, I could have done it. Yeah, I could have done it in all worlds, but because it's all worlds. But yeah, whatever.
Well, no, any percent if you anti-form twice.
Oh, I don't anti-form. I don't anti-form twice.
Oh, okay. That's why. So yeah, we're gonna do this very specific loop on Roxas. By hitting his retaliation with the thunder and knock him into the air, he'll always give us the air retaliation, which we can loop him off of. And then we do. How many loops are we doing? You're doing 5 loops, okay. So we can do 4 or 5 loops depending on what we want to do, and then we actually. Oh my god, you went for that.
That's how I do it.
You went for it, but still, like.
Yeah, that's how I do Trinityless.
You can actually double reflect into limit form as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so we can just let him retaliate there, and by forcing attack out, we can just reflect and then limit form or Trinity, depending on what shot you want to do, and kill him with limit form there. But yeah, Roxas casualty is actually pretty hard, but since we can loop him like that, it's not too bad in the speedrun. But yeah, like KHFan mentioned, we got 2 Become 1. And 2 Become 1 has the special ability where we will always get anti-form until we get final form once.
That's fine. Okay.
So if we get final form first try here, it's actually not too bad, because it will reset it takes off 10 anti-points, it would reset us to 0, but otherwise we'll have to anti-form twice. So where do you do your second anti-form?
After Acre Wood. Oh, I got final form. Okay, I actually got it.
Marathon log! Woo! Oh my god, that's amazing.
That is fantastic.
So now we don't have to worry about going anti again.
Yeah. I'll probably do it just because that's how I do it, but yeah. Okay, I am actually gonna go to the bathroom, even though I shouldn't, but yeah, I kinda have to.
So yeah, we're going to Atlantica now. Atlantica is a pretty silly world, because it's not very difficult, you just have to kind of do it. And I think KHFan's gonna sing. So if you're looking forward to singing, then have fun. But the actual mini games themselves aren't hard, and I think there's a bit of desync to the 60 FPS that they never accounted for. So the lyrics and the animations are a bit off. But GX, I have sang before. One day you will sing.
Okay. Okay. Use text to speech. Dude, Narago, you are going to sing.
I can't sing, there's a delay, and it's even worse because, like, you're getting audio through your stream, so that, like, when I sing, it's coming out, like, 10 seconds later.
Oh, God.
It's not even Discord delay, it's just, like, straight up delay. No, I've sang on stream before, ask Minton.
Well, I've heard Narago sing before.
He almost passed out afterwards, but he's good. It's okay. I think everyone would be more pleased just listening to KHFan sing.
Piece of cake.
Okay, there's not really that much to explain about this whole world, so I don't really know.
Yeah, explain most of it.
You did? You already explained it.
You do it, you sing. I guess what we mentioned is you can, as soon as you unlock Atlantica near the beginning of the game, you can't really just do it because you have to get like some magic upgrades before you can do some of these songs, which is why one reason why we save it for so much later in the run.
Dude, you're going robot a little bit.
Oh, is it time to sing?
You're just gonna...
this way out with that out.
There's no singing during this song.
Or you could read the subtitle.
That's it.
That's it, man. Excellent. Dude, yeah, when's the KH musical coming out?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No, no, no. Like you have everything's a musical. So you like when you're fighting Xigbar, you're just saying, "Hey, Roxas." And then he goes R for reload.
I really don't even know the lyrics for this song. Oh, dance out.
At least it's in English now.
It is in English. Before, whenever I play this in Japanese, I just kind of start the song and be like, I'd get ready to sing. I'd be like, oh wait, I don't know what I'm supposed to sing. How old is Ariel now that a year has passed? What?
You're not singing.
I am not singing. I don't like this. I don't like to sing this song.
Dang. It's okay. The second song will be opera level.
Opera level. It's very easy coming in. Just take a chance and shake a thing.
This will be your Magnus Open.
No, my what?
You know what a Magnus Open?
Sounds familiar.
It's like your defining work as an artist.
Oh, this is gonna be my defining work.
Magnus Opus.
Oh,
Opus,
okay,
not
yeah,
open.
okay,
How
okay.
did I say
I was like, what?
Magnus
Magnum. I was like, what?
I don't know English. That's why I like to play on JP.
I wish I could be playing on JP.
Me too.
Should we contact Square and tell them to make Duckler broken on JP so then we can switch back?
Yeah, because faster text and faster cutscene skips in Roxas worlds, like
Yeah, that would be awesome.
People don't believe me when I say it's like cutscene skips are faster in JP. Like,
Yeah, they are.
I think Midget actually made a tweet where he's like, "Wow, these don't feel quite as speedy." No, KHFan will sing. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like Finny Fun.
I don't like Finny Fun.
Are you gonna sing Ursula at least?
I will sing parts of that, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Do my magnum
Did you
opus.
fail so that like no one was in?
What?
Oh no, that's the last song where if you fail enough, just no one shows up at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you fail
Oh.
enough, well, they're supposed to like fly to the thing.
All right, this
They
is
just
it.
don't show
This
up
is
at
it.
the end.
This is it. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Earth's trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
Bravo.
Thank you. My magnum opus.
Magnus Opus.
Magnum what?
I don't know. Just keep switching the M's and the S's.
don't even know the lyrics to this song either. It's gonna be bad. Seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better downwards where, take it from me. On the shore they work all day, and in the sun they slave away, while we devoted full time to floating under the sea. Under the sea. Since life is sweet here, we got the beat here naturally. Then the sturgeon and the ray, we get the urge and start to play. We got the spirit, you got to hear it under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. I don't even know. It's music to me. We got a lot of sand. We got a hot crustacean band. Stuck here in the rock here under the sea. They know how to whale here, that's why it's hotter under the water. Down in the muck here under the sea. Shit. That okay, yeah. I did not say that.
Okay, got the next one.
Yeah?
Yeah, you got it. All you, man.
Oh god, I hit the wrong button.
Don't pause.
Dude, I didn't skip the cutscene. Okay. Bring a wrath upon the sea, and can't be rid of me, not that easily. How did it find me? You lesson well, never toy with a girl like me.
You got what you deserved.
Flotsam and jetsam. Loyal darling, strong as the tide. Sweetest poopsie, hasten to my side right now. Mommy needs you, press those stupid fools. Make them writhe.
All right.
Feeble human, no, I can't believe my eyes. Just stubborn royal who was fighting for his prize. Not your precious mother, now you're crazy with revenge. Suppose I sympathize.
I'm not gonna lose her. Right. We're with you all the way. Flotsam
And jetsam. Loyal darling, strong as the tide. Sweetest poopsies, hasten to my side right now. Mommy needs you, smash those stupid fools. Make them
Sorry,
right.
Mommy. Your poopsies are toast.
Not the end, my dears, I swear I've just begun. It's not over until Ursula has won. Alright, we got one more. Then we have another 10 minutes of just boring crap.
Okay, you can sing those too.
What?
Just sing them.
Just start singing.
Yeah, just mute the game and just start singing something else.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
At the age of no beginnings, let them see. Come together, join in peace and harmony. Fairy tales and miracles are what we're singing of. Our dear Princess Ariel truly fell in love. Wishes really can come true if you want them to. And this happiness inside I owe to every one of you. To these lovely friends of yours. You ready for my Donald impression?
You too.
Very proud, it's true. Seeing how she made you great. Wishes really can come true if you want them to. And this happiness inside I owe to every one of you. Well done. Ariel, I'm so happy for you.
Whoa there.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna say anything.
The age of new beginnings. Fairy tales and miracles are what we're singing of. Our dear Princess Ariel, truly love. Okay, that was the wrong words, but yeah.
Drop off. Truly give up.
Yeah, I don't know. There's 2 prompts that give you 15,000 points, so you can literally hit 2 of them and you can win.
It's harder for the JJ requirement, right? Where you just skip the cut.
This seems like it would be a good situation to leapfrog. But I don't know how to do it right there.
Do it anyways.
Oh, I'm already past it.
Give me strength.
Man. No, I should have went fun. No, I'm kidding.
Gather.
So until KHFan actually changes his keyblade, he has to make sure not to drive in combat because he will get antsy for him.
Yeah.
There's literally only this fight where he has to beat it to gain access to Pooh World again.
Oh god.
Oh, he got the swag finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. That finisher's really bad.
It's really bad. You don't want it at all. Where? Oh, I always get the positioning for that RC wrong because it's just weird. But yeah, this is just a simple mini game. Yeah, I think that's the room where the defense boost is, but that wouldn't do anything for us. I don't know where the magic boost is off the top of my head. Oh god, oh god, oh goodness, okay. Dude, Pooh was getting hit by everything for no reason.
Are you gonna go for B-skip, dude?
I wish.
Go, just go massive form and jump over him.
You want me to try it?
You can't go master form. You can only go limit form.
Oh yeah, you don't have your party members. That wouldn't work. You do have a higher jump in limit form though.
Can you iframe through it with dodge roll?
That's something to test. But no, because level 1 dodge roll doesn't has like literally like the millisecond of iframes.
Well, go get level 2 then.
I mean, we'll just use BB's old route where you got level 2 limit form.
Right.
I didn't get a 128 thing. Yeah, there's literally nothing to explain in this world. He's kind of doing mini games.
Don't kill Gopher, I guess. See, it's really weird though. I guess we could just randomly talk about this, but in the JJ requirements, all these mini games actually change in Pooh World. Like you have different requirements. Like you have to get so many honey orbs, I think. For this one, for example, on the blue one, you have to jump a certain amount of times, all that stuff. But in Atlantica, you just have to retry the song, which means you don't even have to play through it again. You can just start it and quit out instantly for the JJ requirement on that. It makes no sense, but hey, at least
yeah, because they could have been like, you need to get this many points or whatever, but they just didn't.
Yeah, because then like it would actually make sense to have like 1500 point or 15 whatever on the last song.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
But it's good, so we don't have to redo all the songs. But it's just it still doesn't make sense. Gopher's the name.
Gopher's the name. Gopher's the name. Gopher's the name. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Why do you lose Gopher when you go through the page change? I didn't even realize that was a thing.
He fell off?
I guess the balloon popped because he went so high.
Physics, dude. Physics in this game just kill Gopher.
Yeah. Alright, 3 more pages. Luckily this one's really short.
Yeah, like Pooh World Pooh World actually isn't that bad in PS4 now. Like it takes like what? 8 minutes or something?
7 minutes.
Yeah. It's like it doesn't really take that long. It just is kind of easy.
Yeah.
It's no
like it's just really like you're not really doing anything like interactive, like not really. So it's like when I did a cutscene percent run, I fell asleep during this world like 3 times.
Yeah, because like the big problem is just that like this is a big reason you don't see that many all worlds runs, and that's because a lot of all worlds is just any percent but longer, with the few extra worlds. And then like even with the few extra worlds, a lot of it is like you have Pride Lands 1 and 2 and Space Paranoids probably being the hardest world, I would say.
Yeah.
OC2 isn't that bad in general now with Duck Flare, but yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 worlds where you actually have to like do combat, whereas Atlantica and
yeah. And then right here,
Acre.
I just kind of magnet because the bees pop up and you want to just get rid of them.
GX is bullying me.
Oh. This is PG-13, no bullying.
But yeah, here this is like there's
God,
an actual optimized movement you can do here with like high jump, I think. Yeah, KHFan is just gonna magnet the bees to try and get through them.
I think you need more than just high jump to skip the bees.
I think you need aerial dodge. I think you
Yeah.
can skip like 1 or 2 of them with high jump. But yeah, like you do need aerial dodge or glide to dodge all the bees. Because
Yeah.
it's actually just a ground-based trigger. So if you can fly over them, they don't spawn at all.
Okay, this page is really short. We're almost done with this, and then we can move on to SP2, which actually has some stuff happening.
I would say SP2 is actually probably one of the more interesting additional worlds, except for MCP.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually some pretty cool stuff you do.
Yeah, if we could one cycle MCP, it'd be really interesting, but it's impossible.
Yeah, the big problem with MCP though is that they actually put your damage ceiling very, very low. So unfortunately, even though we can have like pretty insane strength, like, you just can't do any more than a 3 cycle on them. Unfortunately.
I actually didn't know this like until like I did this, but you can ledge grab with any form. Like I had no idea that you could do that.
Where you?
Yeah.
This is where you anti-interesting. So how do you get your drive back?
You get it back when you enter. No, you don't need it
right.
back. You don't need it back actually. Yeah. Because you just do a bunch of reflects on the first fight, and you get it back in time.
Right.
And since you're skateboarding most of it, the movement isn't a big a deal. I went the wrong way, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to introduce Devastators, and they're very tricky to deal with.
Devastators have an interesting aspect where like they just kind of ignore crowd control in a lot of sense. So even if you have a magnet up, they'll just attack through you sometimes. But since we have Reflect and Duck Flare, they're not too bad to deal with.
Okay,
They can.
I had to put on Rumbling Rose, and I forgot where it was in the menu. Okay, so this strat is entirely reliant if these both guys come at me and get hit. So he didn't want to get hit, so we kind of slowed this down. That's fine. Okay. And then now we get Tron back, and I'm just gonna put him on Sora attack because it makes things easier if he's not attacking and messing things up.
Take off auto limit too.
And then just no, we don't even do that anymore. Just kind of grab that skateboard. Go right there.
Ham.
Okay.
Ham struts.
Yeah. Because you can't use it on MCP because you can't use his Limit and Valor form, so it's only that one instance where it's a thing.
Right. We run on English because of Duck Flare. That is literally the reason why. English in terms of text is slower, but because of Duck Flare, it just speeds up endgames by so much that it's just like it was it like 30, 40, almost 30 or 40 seconds depending on which strats you're comparing. So for something like JP might be even closer, but because any percent is low on damage, Duck Flare just makes up too much.
Oh, why did he do that? It's fine. That was pretty fast. Dude, that actually looks really cool. The thunder animation in slow-mo. So yeah, a problem we used to have on PS2 was that we'd lose Master Form there because we couldn't use Duck Flare just to take out one of the Devastators completely. And then since we had to use it on all three, we just kind of run out. Use Master Form on all three, we'd run out of it.
Yeah, Devastators are also really heavy. If you saw a few times there, most enemies when hit by a horizontal slash will just stay in the air, but Devastators will just fall after a certain amount of time, or probably like a revenge value thing.
Yeah.
Duck Flare on English just lasts longer, which equates to more damage. It just does more damage while keeping the enemy staggered. So
these guys did not want to get hit.
There's just a lot of things you can do. This is why you should magnet them at the burst.
Back off.
No, you don't do that.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, but like sometimes they just don't attack you.
Yeah. Gather. Gather.
So yeah, KHFan going dry form just for MP there. So you can magnet, reflect, and do more duck flares if needed.
Yeah, for some reason that duck flare didn't want to hit that one in the corner, but I was able to kill him. And basically, you just want to, you can chain reflects together and kind of keep them stunned. Okay, so just want to put the cosmic arts on, and then not ability. No, yeah, I do want to do abilities. I want to put on aerial finish and then air combo boost. Okay. And then the cosmic arts, I think it is. It gives you 7 AP and then 2 strength and 2 magic.
It's really good.
And then here, I'm just gonna use duck flare.
Oh, dude, you do the finishing leap into a flag.
Yeah. Sometimes I delay the reflect because he delays his attack. It's kind of weird. Okay, so here I'm actually gonna switch out Donald so I can use Valor form. That was weird.
So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, there is a damage cap on this fight, but we haven't quite reached it yet in all worlds because of our strength. But by going into Valor form, we will get the additional Keyblade, which will increase our damage. Even though it is a reaction command that we use on MCP, it is not based off reaction boost as far as I know, or maybe because of the damage cap. But we do know it is based a lot off strength, which is why going Valor form here is beneficial.
Yeah. So I actually cut off that RC a little early because I want to get over here before he restores Sark, so I can get off the full set of the RC.
Yeah, the way this wall moves is actually consistent.
Yeah.
It actually used to be really hard to get used to on the old patch because the wall just moved really fast and we didn't know where it went. But since they slowed it down, we can predict where the wall will be every time.
Yeah, so it's actually impossible to one-cycle in because at that point, you saw I broke that that little barrier. I don't know what these are even called. But I broke it, and then he immediately restored it. So it's just impossible to get a one-cycle with the amount of damage that we have, like our damage output at the moment.
Yeah, because this is what we would call second phase, where the lasers start coming out of the wall like that and spinning around. Also, Sark will give you that wall RC that you saw. As long as you're pretty far away from Sark, he'll do that, and you can just instantly one-shot him.
Yep.
Making him a lot easier to deal with.
Okay. And now we're gonna go back to the world that never was and finish everything off. So there's a quick menu right here. I'm gonna stop at the shop and just sell potions and buy ethers, and then also just grab the elixir that the game will give me because I picked up a synth item along the way somewhere.
Probably like 20 of them, but
yeah. And then I just want to put more ethers on and the elixir on so I can use it. And this is just something that I do. Not everyone does this, but I customize ethers.
Where do you elixir? Do you elixir on Saix?
Yeah, I use the elixir on Saix.
Okay.
Okay, this strat is a little bit different than any percent just because of your air combo boost. So I'm gonna start out this combo. I'm gonna start out with duck flare as soon as he reloads. I'm gonna duck flare, and then actually, no, you can explain this. I need to actually focus on this.
So he's gonna start up duck flare and do a series of combos that doesn't hit his revenge value. It's really hard to get technical with it, but basically we aren't hitting his revenge value right away. And then we're gonna end the duck flare and hit him during the duck flare. Because the duck flare will keep him staggered and we can hit him freely during it. We're gonna get him to a certain HP gate, and then I believe, yeah, we're gonna go Valor Form. The reason we go Valor Form here is to restore our MP, and so we can get this little extra damage on Xigbar as he teleports again. Okay, KHFan does 2 Valor. Okay, he does that strat. So he's gonna revert before the second finisher fully goes off, so we don't add revenge value with it. And then he's gonna start a Duck Flare to keep Xigbar staggered, do a horizontals and Duck Flare, and then just kill Xigbar off.
Yeah, the way I don't know, the way that works because of the air combo boost, it messes it up if you try to do it the other way. I don't know. He would always blue laser if I didn't do that, like the second Valor combo like that, or the first Valor combo, and then another one. I don't know. It's just really weird.
That's weird. That might be a flinch count thing. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Is there a flinch count or action count thing? And I think they're actually related. Like when he flinches, his action count can go up. But
yeah, that's getting really technical though.
yeah, that's like some mumbo jumbo. But yeah, basically because of Duck Flare, that fight becomes ridiculously fast. So we're going into Luxord. Unfortunately, Luxord on this patch is broken. When he jumps, his cards don't track to Sora like they used to do on the PS2 and early patches of this version.
Oh,
this is probably one of the few things.
Wow, that happened.
Wow, you did so much damage you early reverted from the dice. I didn't even know that could happen.
Yeah, but then this happened. I'm a card.
Oh, you failed the minigame.
Yeah,
at
because...
At least he didn't soft lock. Have you seen that?
No, what is that?
So if you staggered Luxord with the reflect as you failed the minigame, it will cancel Luxord out of his minigame animation before he actually dices Sora. So you're just stuck in the stun animation until you your time bar runs out.
What? How did that not? I don't understand how that didn't work.
So yeah, we're gonna just try and hit Luxord's event value on the ground over and over and hope that he gives us the minigame. As you notice, we actually have Reflega at this point because we've done all worlds, and Reflega is just way bigger than Reflera. We use Magnet to keep the cards kind of locked down, because like I mentioned, they don't follow correctly, so we can't get rid of them like we normally would.
This is actually really weird because I'm using this finisher. I get the side swipe finisher instead of guard break.
Yeah, because of the cards.
Yeah. Okay.
When Luxord gets to a certain amount of HP, KHFan will actually Trinity him and then go into limit form. This is to skip his DM. On any percent in all worlds, this is probably like almost 10 seconds faster on beginner. So it's really worth going for. Because unfortunately in the DM we just have to sit there and wait for him to attack us until we can do the final minigame. Oh, he might break it early.
No, I got it. Okay, that's good. He started an attack, but I killed him because I had enough damage.
Yeah, if you had done 1-2s beforehand, then you probably would have broken out because you did the guard break at the very end there. I don't like doing that. That's like super risky, but
yeah, it
worked out. But yeah, but using ours and his Ansa-Tuken again, we can kill Luxord before he's able to attack or DM us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this strat has underwent a lot of changes recently.
So yeah, I'm not exactly sure which version of the strat's going on here, but I do know we're gonna open up with Duck Flare.
I'm gonna do a very specific Master Form combo after I Duck Flare.
But yeah, one thing to note about this fight, we do want to have 3 drive at the end of it, so how we do the fight is based around that a little. But we're gonna Duck Flare at the very start here just because it does so much damage. And then we're going to go Master Form is the new strat, and KHFan, like I said, is going to do a very specific combo to get as much damage as possible off on Saix.
Okay, I did mess up the combo, but luckily your damage is so, like, you do so much damage in this fight, it doesn't matter what you actually do there. You used to chain stuff together, so it kind of just works out.
Yeah. That transition period in the dry form is basically just to get you enough damage to actually kill him with the duck flare. So,
Yeah.
after we revert from the form, we can duck flare him, and then we can actually throw items and duck flare him again. So right here, the reason we want 3 bars of drive is because we want to wisdom form up to Xemnas 1. And not having wisdom form here can actually cost you up to like 7 seconds. It's pretty insane, actually.
Yeah, it's 'cause, I think it's because you're going uphill.
Yeah, you're going up, and then like the enemies can hit you. Like it just saves you so much time to have wisdom form here.
So the only thing I did in that menu is I unequipped guard break and I put on explosion, so we actually get to see that in this run.
Yeah. The reason we I think the reason you want explosion here is just because like for a lot of the final fights, hitting the revenge value with explosion just like makes them convenient, I want to say. And guard break will do more damage in some senses, but we have so much damage at this point that it doesn't really make a difference.
The explosion actually does do more damage.
At this point, okay.
Yeah, it does.
It also depends on the enemy.
Yeah,
On the magic
it depends if the
resist, but yeah,
whole
like,
thing hits them too.
yeah. But yeah, here on this RC, there's actually 3 parts of it. We want the last one because it does the most damage to Xemnas.
I actually do like specific combos here because I want to set them up for some reflect slapshot, reflect chains. I don't know how that worked.
Push him away from the building is the biggest part of the start here.
I don't have slapshot on.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought you did that on purpose. How are you still doing this without slapshot?
I don't know how I did that, but okay.
So since Xemnas is doing the spin attack, he's not staggerable, so KHFan got some reflex out on him, and then he just went limit form to kill him, because
Yeah,
why not?
that's not exactly how that was supposed to go, but it worked out perfectly.
So yeah, this is gonna be, we're about to go
just
through
throw
the
on
final
Slapshot.
door.
Yeah.
And this is the last place we can menu. So yeah.
Yeah, I throw on Slapshot. I don't know how I did that fight without Slapshot. Like my second hit came out fast enough somehow.
Are you doing Genie Encore?
I am.
Okay. Yeah, right here, this is just a series of RCs where we beat up some buildings.
Mm-hmm. And also right there where I quick ran and then got the RC. We used to have to do 2 quick runs there, but in 60 FPS, for some reason, if you do 2, you're like too far. It's really weird.
You can still do 2 quick runs there. It's just you have to get a very specific angle and you have to mash triangle really hard. So yeah, but it's much safer to just quick run once and then run forward. So yeah, right here, these enemies, they die in 1 hit. And since Magnet sucks them all in, we can just Magnet and they get hit by the Magnet and instantly get hit into this cylinder.
Dude, I should use Final Genie on
Oh, right.
I could, but I have no idea how to do it. That's the thing.
You just target onto something, Magnet right next to it, and Genie it.
Alright, I'll do it.
Okay, let's do it. So yeah, he's actually gonna go Master Form here when he runs out of MP. Just so for the MP recharge, and when we get into the actual core fight, 1 Master Magnet, for some reason, is able to instantly spawn the wave. We're not exactly sure why this happens, but it's the fastest way to get the first wave to spawn so we can kill it. There's a few different ways to do this fight. See, right here, KHFan actually has to do a Magnet into Finishing Leap and a full air combo to spawn the second wave.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I've never done this before.
So unfortunately the Berserker's DMing right now. Okay, you caught him. Cool. But yeah.
This one guy's left, but it's fine. Okay,
Two
actually, they
Master
use a...
Form genies should get most of them. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so you can see right here, if you use Riku's Dark Aura attack, you can actually cancel your combo in a sense, where it lets you do additional attacks in it. So you saw him do it a few times where you can actually get a third finisher out, even though you should only have two. And this works with Riku basically in any sense, even during Dragon. So right here we can actually use Valor at the start here because we still have Decisive Pumpkin on, so we're still getting the extra combo boost, as well as the strength, although the strength doesn't really matter at this point.
I didn't mean to do this, but this is...
But you can tell that like he's just doing so much damage with Explosion. Okay, that's not Duck Flare.
Yeah, I don't have Donald in.
Fight super fast. You just noticed?
Yeah, It's okay. It's fine.
So yeah, now this is Dragon. This is kind of a side scroller, but you can actually lose time to it. But if you do it fast, it's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Fun fact, this actually used to be like a minute longer on original to English.
Yeah.
For some reason.
They buffed the damage of Mega Laser and they made everything have a little bit less health.
Yeah.
So we actually want to save this Mega Laser for the next engine core. I guess it's an engine. I don't know. The next thing. We want to save it and then use it as soon as we can lock onto it. It's actually faster than using it on the first one. So it kind of just kills it. And then now what's left is the two wings. Now right here, I want to build up to the Mega Laser, but I actually want to keep it until the last wing, so I can just use it as soon as like right away on the next wing. He's gonna use it right away. You just want to kind of, there's like, he has like a little over a bar left. You just want to clean up. There you go. And then there's two more fights: Armor Xemnas and then Final Xemnas. Armor Xemnas 2 has HP barriers, and he knocks you back when you hit them, and you have to fly back up to him. And I'm actually going to use my triple finisher again by using Riku's Dark Aura again, just to get some damage in. My reflect didn't come out, but it doesn't matter because he already hit the HP barrier. Okay, good. And then there's a building that spawns right about here. If I just fall and grab it, there you go. And then if I aerial dodge up there, I can skip his little like snowflake animation. I don't know. Oh my god, my inputs are being dropped. Okay. Okay. And then there should be a building right up here somewhere. There it is. So there's that. And then just snowflake skip again by aerial dodging. And also you have every growth ability here leveled up, so I don't know why, you just kind of do. Do you know why?
No. I think it's just so that you can actually get back to the dragon. They're like, let's just give them all of them.
It's like, yeah, we're not just gonna give him glide, we're gonna give him every single one for no reason.
So you saw right there. Sorry.
What was that?
Something's playing.
Okay, he's trying to hit me.
So you'll see right here that KHFan does a bunch of reflects at the very start. Before they fixed this in patch like 1.03,
that happened.
we had to.
Okay, whatever. We can just start over.
Did you get pinwheeled?
No, I got hit by the exploding thing.
Oh, and oh my! Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't really have done anything.
You got double hit by it. Oh, but yeah. So we used to have to session through that, but they did patch that on this version, so we're able to reflect through this again consistently. We time our reflects in a way to always hit Xemnas with our reflects, and we can get insane damage off at the very start of this fight. So this phase, the second phase, we're gonna try and get him to right above 4 bars. Oh, right. Okay, all worlds. If we have so much damage, we're just gonna reflect him and go into limit form, and then we're gonna R's Antatsuken R's. At this point, we actually have enough MP that we can throw 2 ethers to almost replenish our full HP, and then we're just gonna reflect him through this laser phase until he's below 1 bar.
That was a good fight.
And then he'll go into Laser Dome. There's no way to currently skip this. So it's about 1 minute and 28 seconds of just sitting here. But right afterwards, KHFan will Thunder Final Xemnas or set be time.
Yeah. Riku, I'm gonna beat your PB by a lot.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, I'm like a minute and a half off of my. Yeah,
you're gonna miss your PB by barely with 2 deaths.
Yeah, no, 2 deaths. I'm like a minute and a half off my PB. This is a pretty solid run.
Oh yeah, no, my PB's terrible. I know that. One day I'll do more than it. I'll do another run. But yeah, so KHFan did die twice.
Dax, you need to be PG-13. That language is not appropriate. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh god, that's not even a P. Alright, time's coming up. Should I session? I'm gonna session. Just kidding, I'm gonna actually... Okay, I'm gonna thunder. Time. Okay. 358.56. That's a solid run. Yeah, I don't know. There was the 2